So last time when we joined this campaign, it was quite the introduction, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, the race across the city with the giant statues. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Essentially, a Modron army from another realm, another
And the Modrons.
dimension,
Oh.
was doing the Modron March, which the Great Modron March happens every 100 years or something like that, every couple decades or whatever it is, generations, whatever. That's not important. But someone had apparently redirected it toward Waterdeep.
We're thinking that's the Mad Mage right now.
The two of you managed to stop it by taking out the false Decaton, which was leading the march, who turned out to be a doppelganger who had been hired by some crazy wizard, he said, in the city of Skullport. And you guys stopped him. Meanwhile, Unit 12, which was a kind of rogue Modron who was kind of helping you guys out a little bit, with the Decaton having been destroyed, or at least taken out of commission, the way Modrons work is he kind of upgraded to the new Decaton, took control of everything, and led it back to the portal.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the walking statues of Waterdeep all at one time woke up, stood up if they weren't already, and began making a beeline toward the Blackstaff Tower. Massive destruction in their wake. Buildings toppling, people getting crushed. Griffin riders flying through the air trying to do something. Speaking of griffins, the Griffin also took flight. This giant flying statue, which would have been just massive. I had a whole encounter ready for you guys to do a walking statue encounter, but you didn't do it.
Well, like climb up a statue? Like attack one?
Sure.
Was it like the god statue or one that
I didn't know what you were going to do.
went through?
But you guys kind of weave through the legs, dodging stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of suicidal, I thought. Like, I figured maybe trying, it's like, oh, I stubbed his toe or something. Like, they're huge.
Well, they're huge. They're like, they range.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, 50, 75 feet tall, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Statue of Liberty. Yes.
Anyway, your first instinct was the correct one, to head toward Vajra, the Blackstaff, see what's up, because she's supposed to be the one to control these things. On your way, a sudden blinding light completely wiped your vision. You couldn't see anything. It was so bright. And when the light faded, the top half of the tower, the Blackstaff Tower, was gone. And in addition to that, the walking statues were also gone. They had disappeared out of nowhere.
And I'm guessing that you're going to make us fight one and win the match.
And as you were rushing toward the tower, in your minds, you and Draken, George and Draken both heard a voice say, "Yes, you'll do nicely." And a loud voice erupted across the city saying, "Rejoice, Waterdeep. Your saviors have been chosen."
Why? If we don't win this Waterdeep, y'all boom.
You found a paper bird flutter down to your feet with a quickly scrawled message saying, "If you can, find me in Undermountain. Signed, V."
Five.
And since then, you've managed to go to the Yawning Portal, which is the most well-known entrance into Undermountain,
Oh, so there's another one?
and speak to Durnan, the proprietor.
Yeah, there's another entrance in the sewers.
He gave you lots of advice. But I believe that's where we left off.
Yes, preparing to go on this quest. This adventure!
Oh, yeah!
To save Vajra. Hey.
Pretty Strings is doing his thing, trying to keep up the people's spirits at this time of struggle. The city is still recovering, obviously, from yesterday's big craziness.
Oh, Mozart.
You do occasionally will see a random Modron fixing a wall or whatever, but the majority of the Modrons have gone back to their normal place,
But there's around like 100 still.
scattered throughout the realm.
Can the Modrons that are still there, are they going to be able to get back? Like, is that portal still open?
You don't know. Okay, so you want to speak to your people. So you do see Tony Boots. He's there behind the bar, tending to all the refugees who are currently crowding the tavern. There's quite a few. Bjorn is in the kitchen cooking up a storm, feeding all these people. And Tony Boot goes, "Oh, hello, welcome back. I'm glad to see you. Just want to make sure you know, we're obviously happy to help all these people. It isn't a cheap endeavor. Just want to make sure you're okay with us continuing to give out rations and such at no cost, which we're happy to do that. Just want to make sure you're okay with the cost.
Yeah, just don't drive the business down, Like, we're all for charity and for helping and everything like that, but we also want to make sure Troll School's okay too."
Okay. Well, should we charge less as opposed to charging nothing?
I mean, if someone's detriment, definitely help them out. Don't charge anything, especially if they can't pay. But maybe say pay what you can, kind of thing, and more rely on people's goodwill.
Okay. Oh yeah, nothing like a big citywide disaster to help out with the goodwill of your fellow man. So yeah, we'll definitely do that. I'm glad to see you and Sir Draken here aren't hurt from that nutso fighting out there. Seems like it's settled down, but a lot of destruction.
Oh yeah. Modrons will help out. Hopefully they can get back home.
Well, I don't know nothing about no Modrons. I see the little boxes with legs and things. Is that what that is?
Modron.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. See, learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Built things that are broken.
As you guys are talking, the tavern door opens and a large, rotund figure steps through. And you recognize
Bjorn?
Mirt. Mirt.
Oh, that kind of large.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Me large. Bleh. Big tummy. He's got his fancy cane and his cape.
He's
and
fluffy.
His little mustache. Comes stomping in. I mean, as rotund as he is, he still walks with a sense of purpose and like he owns the joint. That's how he always kind of comes across. And he comes in, he goes, "My Troll Skull Alley friends, so glad to see you're well."
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I don't suppose the two of you might have time to chat in a private room somewhere?
Yeah.
He kind of looks around and
How private do you need?
Oh, just a room out of prying ears. Don't need nothing too fancy.
Yeah, sure. Let's head down to our office behind the bar in the basement.
Okay. He kind of looks at the opening.
Flutter.
He looks at the opening of the basement door a little warily. He goes, and I guess I can fit in there.
I hope you can.
And with a little bit of struggle, he has to like move some things, shift his belt around a bit. He kind of makes his way down the stairs, the ladder, whatever it is, to get down to the cellar.
Yeah, we're not going to the office.
Just in the
We're not going to the Sanctum Sanctorum, just the basement.
All right.
Okay,
He kind of looks around and
He probably would have fit in the Sanctum Sanctorum anyway.
he kind of looks around and goes, "Oh, this is pretty private. So, I've heard through the grapevine that you two are potentially heading into Undermountain. Is that true?
So I'm talking of grapes.
Who wants to know?
I do.
Mirt, apparently.
Well,
All right. So anyway, yes. Yeah, you're talking of grapes.
well, it is my business to know the comings and goings of those in town, especially of any import. And the two of you have proven over the last many months to be of import. Important people. Import. I was wondering if you do happen to head down that way, assuming the little bird and grapes that I'm listening to are correct. I
You
have.
got all sorts of things talking to you.
Well, I do. You would be surprised. You've already met the horse.
That is true.
Well, if you would be so kind, while you're, doing whatever it is you wish to do, and he kind of looks at you with a glint in his eye.
What?
Whatever it is whatever business you might have in Undermountain.
What are you talking about?
While you're down there, perhaps you could do a small task for me.
Maybe. What is it?
Let's hear what the task is before we decide.
Well, there is a settlement,
What does that mean?
a village, a town, settlement.
So, what's it called? Skullport?
Ah, you've heard of it. You've heard of Skullport? Have you been there?
No, the person who was making the mode runs kind of came from Skullport.
I haven't heard that bit of news. He kind of takes out a little notebook and writes that down.
Modron, Skullport, and
I was wondering about the Modron incursion.
And-
Word hasn't come as far as the origin of that.
also we're thinking of the Mad Mage made it, since he said
Hmm.
creepy old dude made
That's-
it do it.
Interesting. The Mad Mage himself.
Oh my goodness.
Writing down more information here. He goes, thank you very much. He kind of flips the notebook closed. He goes, I appreciate this information. My business is information after all. So any
Draken's gonna be Mirt's best friend.
Well, if you were to make your way to Skullport, there is a Harper agent currently stationed in Skullport who, in recent months, has had a difficult time getting any messages up to the surface and to my agents. So if you could make it to Skullport for one. It's a dangerous journey, but I'm sure the two of you are up for the tasks. If you were to make it to Skullport and happen to find the local tavern called the Flagon and Dragon, the owner is a female half-drow named Kalal.
Hold on. I can't write as fast as Bert can. All right.
After all,
Skullport Tavern called the Flagon and Dragon.
Yep.
All right. There's a female drow. Is that
After.
what you said?
half.
After.
Is there any turtles?
Named what?
I'm putting it in the chat if you see that.
Oh. I see it down there. Named Kalal.
No, can I?
No.
Oh, no.
Or at least turn this one off and that one on if you want.
All right. Is she the agent?
She is the agent. She owns the tavern. She hears many things at her position there at the Flagon and Dragon. The Flagon and Dragon should be, as far as I've last heard, one of the nicer establishments in Skullport. The Skullport city itself, if you want to call it that, is rather drab. But in recent months, probably the last year or so, Skullport has seemingly shut down.
What?
All my contacts who were stationed there have gone dark.
What does that mean?
I haven't heard from them,
That means it's dead.
including Kalal. So I'm hoping she is still around. So if you could, and he reaches into his pouch and his bag and brings out a small pouch of it kind of jingles as he holds it. It's obviously some sort of money or some sort of valuable thing. If you could deliver this to Kal-El, and he hands it to George,
Is it poop?
and let her know that the Harpers are still here. We're still waiting to hear from her, and perhaps she would be able to inform you as to why Skullport has gone dark, if she's still around. Hopefully she is.
Okay.
And if you do happen to come back from your journey, maybe you could let me know what she says.
So that's it. Just deliver this, and bring back a message.
And if you could help her out, determine what's causing the missives, the messages, and such to cease, and perhaps help out with that, we'd be eternally grateful.
Grateful doesn't fill bellies.
This is true. We, of course, will be willing to pay.
Okay. For giving
And if she's not there,
Well, consider that your payment.
what is this?
It's a small, paltry sum to help out Kal-El with her business and keep her afloat.
Look at it.
It's tied up tight. Are you opening it in front of him?
What is actually in it? Or I'm gonna open it.
It's an amount of money to help her out.
I wanna open it. No, open it.
I put it in the bag
Oh,
before Draken could open it.
Okay.
open it.
Now,
All right. What kind of help are you looking for here? Are you looking for, strong arm help? Are you looking for under the table help? Are you looking for
Money.
legal, illegal?
oh,
What are we
nothing.
talking?
Simply deliver this boon to our Harper agent.
Food.
Ask her why communication has ceased, and if you can, if it's something you're capable of doing, help her reopen those channels of communication. Perhaps in so doing, you could send a message my way through those channels. That would be a nice way of letting me know that those channels are open again.
All right. So hypothetically,
Okay.
what if she's just doesn't want to be a contact anymore? And that's why she's gone dark, just she don't want to talk to you.
I would.
Because what are you going to do? Go down Skullport?
If you're saying you find that Kal-El has simply decided that she enjoys her time in Skullport and no longer wishes to be associated with the Harpers, that's fine. She can still keep the boon, the money that I'm giving, and just send me that message and let me know that.
All right. Well, keep an eye out.
And if you're looking for any other Harper contacts in Skullport, assuming Kal-El is not there, you could always look in Dalagor's fortress. Dalagor's fortress is also a Harper location.
Who's Dalagor?
Oh, Dalagor himself has been dead for many, many years. It's just the name after him.
All right. If we make it there, suppose we wouldn't mind delivering your missive.
Yes, so that's it. Just, we don't get many from Waterdeep purposefully going into Undermountain, at least very far. Most of the adventurers who pass through Durnan's establishment at the Yawning Portal tend to come back pretty soon, or not at all. And so the two of you, when I learned that you would potentially be heading that way, and I knew how capable you both were, I felt for sure you would be more than up to the task.
Well, if there's also anything you could provide to help us get to Skullport in one piece.
Oh, certainly. I can definitely do that. I've been there. Oh, it was a long time ago. I'm sure nothing's changed.
Really? But Darden said that everything's changed because he went back in.
Oh, did he? Durnan, that fool. Well, from what I do know, for certain, Skullport can be found on the 3rd level down in Undermountain.
Okay.
Now, like I said, it's been closed off. It's been shut down for some reason. It used to be about a year and a half ago, that we could make our way into Skullport from the sea. There's actually a series of caves that you could take a boat through and get down into Skullport. However, that way has seemingly closed off and is no longer accessible. The only way otherwise is to go through the Underdark, which, in case you're not aware, is different than Undermountain. The Underdark spreads throughout the entire world. Undermountain itself is just simply this location here beneath Waterdeep.
Well, then how do you get to? So
There are tunnels that crisscross through Undermountain, through the Underdark. So we did have a few agents who knew a way into the Underdark and then into Undermountain from the side, sort of thing, but they've never returned from their last missions. It is very dangerous, so it's not too unsurprising, unfortunately.
I know, but how are we supposed to know how you get there?
Well, like I said, if you were to enter Undermountain through, say, the Yawning Portal, that would put you into the 1st level of Undermountain, and Skullport resides on the 3rd. It would simply be a matter of making your way down.
Sounds good to me.
Skullport itself, last I know anyway, assuming the lockdown that it's been under hasn't affected it too negatively, is a relatively safe, in kind of air quotes, safe
Why is it
place as far as how Undermountain goes. Undermountain is a very dangerous place, and to find any kind of refuge away from the monsters and creatures and so on that reside beneath the city is a welcome place to be. Even if there are dangerous sorts around, they tend to obey a certain code, last I heard. Anyway.
They speak primarily Undercommon and Undermountain, right?
Oh, it really depends on who you speak to. Most of the Elvish, human, those sorts of half-orcish, Dragonborn, any of those kind of denizens, usually will speak Common as well as their native languages. Of course, if you were to speak to any of the more monstrous peoples, such as goblins, for example, they usually speak Goblin or Orc, perhaps, that sort of thing.
Well, I can't understand. I can't say.
I can speak Orc, that's fine.
But you never know. They've been down there long enough. They might have picked up a few common phrases.
Sign language?
Some, perhaps.
Hello, we come in peace.
Well, last I know, when Dernan and I both went down there, it was quite the ordeal. And he kind of looks off, like briefly kind of lost in his memories for a moment, but then he kind of snaps back. And he says, but in any way that you are able to, I would suggest attempting to parlay with the more civilized people you come across. Even if they are bandits or some such, you'll be surprised how many are willing to talk and maybe deal. Of course, if you run into a bugbear, well, bugbears actually, let's say if you're walking to an owlbear. Owlbears, I would probably shoot first and ask questions later.
Bugbears can actually ask questions.
Bugbears can usually speak if you know the language. Now a drow are just bad news.
Yeah, drow is go. You're dead.
Not to be confused with the half-drow. Kal-El is a well-standing member of the Harper Society.
It's hard to assign an entire superposition like that to a one race.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Every race has their good and their bad.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some good drow.
I'm sure there are.
The dragon drow.
Just like there's some good half-orcs.
Exactly.
The Dragonborn bad thing is that most people think that the 5 normal colors are
And every now and then you find a decent blue Dragonborn that talks too much.
He pulls out his notebook. Yes, indeed.
What did he say?
He talked too much. In any case, unless you have
You're
any,
honest to a fault.
unless there's any other questions for me, which I'm happy to answer if I can. That's all I really wanted to ask. That this simple task. You're heading that way anyway, hopefully.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would recommend as far as
Brewing.
equipment to bring?
Well, definitely a nice strong rope or two. Perhaps, assuming you don't have anyone who's good at the trap detection, a nice sturdy 10-foot pole. You never know.
I always keep a 10-foot pole.
Put that out in front of you a little bit and make sure that no tripwires or pressure plates and those such things, trap doors. You never know.
I'm going to take off a cloak that I have when I'm showing a passive useful item. See, something is not on this.
Well, that's a very useful item you have there. Make good use of it. Probably for those who have many magical trinkets and such, the most challenging thing, of course, is to remember them in the heat of the moment and not forget that you have such things to use.
I will try to read that again. What does this do again on discount?
You have to read it.
So apparently I don't have a 10-foot pole. I didn't get one.
Let me help you with that. And he kind of reaches into his sack and Mary Poppins style kind of brings up pulling up from his obvious bag of holding and pulls up a 10-foot pole and hands it to you. and it's actually a collapsible one. It's a collapsible 10-foot pole.
I want a pole.
Thanks.
I only have the one. I'm sorry, friend. I'm sure you two can share.
Pole.
So it collapses down to like a quarterstaff length.
Ooh, cool.
And
I can hold that.
it can expand to 10 foot long.
Neat. Thank you.
My pleasure. Anything that would help get this missive through, I'm definitely been concerned with my Harper agents who are down below.
Is it the pole of collapsing? Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Neat. And
So it goes actually down to a 1-foot rod.
yeah,
Not a quarterstaff.
for easy storage. I have a quarterstaff too, so that's okay.
I think I would do it.
All right.
18 armor class. That's one of my magic items that do acquire attunement though. Give me a +1 armor class once it's in.
All right, Mirt begins to climb back up.
All right.
Unless you have anything else to add.
No, just don't get stuck. Hate to have to do this Winnie the Pooh style.
Don't worry, friend. And he goes, oh, there we go. And he kind of shimmies his way. You take your collapsible staff and kind of poke it up at him, and he. Okay with that. Very funny. And then you see him above in the. Are you guys having like a stairway or is it a ladder? Which one are you guys?
Stairway.
It's probably like almost like both. It's like a very steep stairs/ladder.
Big stairs.
Attic stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you see up above in the trap door, you see his face kind of give you a little salute, and he walks out of sight.
Just go back
Because
up.
you don't want just a ladder because you gotta carry stuff up. You want to be able to just walk up.
Right.
But space is a delicate. Yeah. All right. So let's go. Are you ready to go now, Dragon?
Undermountain. Yeah.
That's a yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's go tell Boots and them that they need to watch the place, and let's go make a few stops, and we'll be on our way.
All right.
Find Renaer. Get Renaer Melannor.
All right. You let Tony know, and Bjorn's in the kitchen. He just kind of waves out, and goes, "No problem. We got it covered." And Tony goes, "Yeah, we do." And
And you can buy
we're going to take
stuff.
nice.
I tell Tony, I said, the last guy that we had, disappeared with most of our funds.
Hmm.
If you do that, I will find you.
Believe me, boss. This is the best job I've ever had. I don't want to lose it. I'm made for the service industry.
All right.
Right. All right, you head out of the.
Let me just put it this way, Tony. The last guy has not been seen since. See ya.
He kind of frowns a bit and goes, "Okay, no problem." You see a spectral hand bring a drink in front of him, in front of Tony, and Tony kind of takes it.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
So it's a little bit of a threat.
Yeah. Make sure our stuff is taken care of.
No, but he hasn't been seen it ever since. This is true. Crazy.
All right. I would like to.
All right.
First off, well, let's see if we. Yeah, there's a couple of things I want to pick up. Let's see. I don't think we need any potions of healing or anything like that right now. Should have a number of those still. I would like to find a bookstore.
You actually have one right down the street. Bookworm's Treasure.
I go.
Just head down the alley to your good friend, Rashal. He's a golden dragonborn who owns the Bookworm's Treasure. As you
Morning.
He goes, "Oh, so good to see you and that you're safe. Welcome.
Yes.
This crazy times that we live in these days. The crazy statues, they've been here for as long as I've been alive, and now they're gone. It's just insane."
Yes, it definitely makes the landscape different.
It'll never be the same again. So sad.
Hopefully that's not, I don't know, maybe they'll come back. It's not like they were destroyed, they're
If
just
they
gone.
come back, hopefully they're staying still next time.
Yeah.
Just stay still
That's true.
and come back. I prefer to just stay away than come back and be crazy.
I agree with you, my brute kinsman here. What can I do for you fellows today?
So we're about to go on a bit of a trip, and I was wondering if you had any kind of books on Undercommon.
Undercommon, as in
or the Undermountain.
Like Undermountain.
Goblin. I want to speak goblin.
I don't have a lot of linguistic books. Let me go check. So he goes back looking amongst his shelving. We're going to roll here and see what he finds. Oh, you're in luck, my friend. I have 2 books here. One is on Undercommon. One is on Elvish. Do you need Elvish?
I don't know how
If the price is right, what am I? Why not?
Is there a
More
dog?
knowledge is more power, right?
Both of these are phrase books. So if you look up a phrase, it'll tell you like a phonetic how to say that phrase, that sort of thing. If you hear a phrase, of course, you look it up if you can and see what it says.
Well, I don't
Okay.
need to do that. I just need to be able to speak it. I'll take the other. You're done. I'll look at
Okay, both of these.
Well,
Oh, bless you, my friend. Both of these books,
Oh, thank you.
I can.
This little dusty, all these books.
I know. I'm sorry. I need to dust or something. Anyway, both of these books, I can let them go for, well, say a gold apiece.
so.
Okay.
Excellent.
How much money
Excellent.
do you have? How much money do you have?
Oh yes. How much do you have? I'm most interested to hear.
I have enough.
Good answer.
So is a gold a piece or is it a dragon?
Gold apiece, yes. It's simple.
So like not dragons?
Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Of course, dragons. One dragon each.
I mean, I could do either one. I have both.
Well, actually, dragon would be preferable. Others around, they require the dragon. Yes.
I'd like to just say gold better. Makes sense. Like, it's called gold anywhere else. Come on.
Waterdeep is a special place.
I know.
Yes. All right, so that's a phrase book on Elvish and one on Undercommon.
Indeed.
Do you have any like the Traveler's Guide to Undermountain?
I don't think so. I don't think I have any such thing. No, I don't think anyone has gone too deep into Undermountain and come back alive, as far as I know.
Awesome. Do you have blank books?
Do I have what?
Blank book.
Blank books.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Yes, I have blank books. A lot of wizards need them for spell books and such. You need a spell book or just a regular book?
I can't.
A regular book.
A regular book. Okay, regular books, they're easy. He kind of goes back and brings back. How many do you need?
How big are they?
Oh, you know. Well,
Like how many pages? I mean.
oh, pages. Sorry. I have a couple different varieties. I have a 100-page book. I have a 500-page book. I have a 1,000-page book.
Let's do 1,000.
1,000 pages. That's a big thing.
Yes.
What are you writing, Goblin?
Okay. I guess he's going to write the Guide to Undermountain.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, very.
Can I read the secret passages in fun?
Yeah, right. Well, a 1,000-page volume. Oh, hefty thing. That will run you. It's going to have to be 5 gold for that thing. Five dragons. 5 dragons.
I tell you what, throw in the writing utensils too, and you got a deal.
For you, anything. And he says he brings you a couple of quills and some ink, and to go along with your 1,000-page volume.
Am I able to
Empty
make
book.
it very more?
You can purchase more ink. So,
All right.
Is there like a magic small part?
Skullport, I don't know much about Skullport except what I've heard from rumors.
Let's see. Guess this would all have to be like custom items.
Oh yeah, you can just kind of add it into your inventory just by typing it in the other items area. Probably work.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's where I keep all my.
Here.
All right, so we have a Elvish raised book, a Undermountain.
What a candy! I have it for that hair.
Oh no, thank you. I'm watching my weight.
Traveler's Guide.
Excuse me.
All righty. You need anything here, Draken? You don't use spell books, do you?
No.
You have scrolls.
I do have scrolls. That's
Can I use
probably my
scrolls?
main business.
Can I use scrolls?
The way scrolls work is as long as you are able to cast a spell, you can use a scroll to cast that spell.
Oh, cool. Can I have some?
Well, I have several. What kind of scrolls are you interested in? I have scrolls of, say, Continual Flame. I have a scroll of Featherfall. I have scroll of Magic Missile. I have scroll of Modify Memory. Ooh, that's a big one. I have a scroll of Greater Invisibility. I have scroll of Ice Storm. I have all kinds of scrolls.
Invisibility sounds cool.
That sounds expensive.
The Greater Invisibility is not as bad as you might think. It's 300 dragons.
That's expensive.
I don't know if we're going to need that.
Already got a potion on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What'd you say?
I don't think we'll need invisibility.
Okay. And the way the scroll works is once it's used, it's gone. Like it's a one-use thing.
Yeah. It's almost like a potion.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else you need, Draken, we'll be on our way.
There's the shop. Can you read that?
For those are for
Mhm.
scrolls.
What about this fabricate? What's fabricate there?
Fabricate. Let's see. You convert raw materials into products of the same material. For example, you can fabricate a wooden bridge from a clump of trees or a rope from a patch of hemp. or clothes from wool, that kind of thing. You choose.
So it just kind of,
it's
you're
like
just bypassing the skill.
exactly. It's like you went to the store to pick up a table, but all you did was find some wood, and boom, table
Mhm.
or bridge.
So like if you don't have like carpentry skill, you can make a table anyway.
Yes. Now you can't make anything that's magical. You can't make magic items or creatures. You know, if you find a bunch of guts and skin and bones and say, "Oh, tiger," that don't work.
Could you do that and say like flesh golem?
I'll take
Is that the scroll I have here?
Fly?
A flesh golem would be kind of a construct created from the dead bodies of other things. Yes.
Fly.
Fly.
Turn 50 gold.
Fly. You gain a flying speed of 60 feet,
For how long, though?
and it lasts for 10 minutes. As long as you maintain concentration, that's important.
So you can't.
I used to be able to fly.
I don't have that many concentration spells.
But yes, my sorcerer friend, you are definitely eligible to use such a scroll.
I'll take one just in case.
Now, I will say the fabricate spell, that's
300.
outside the wheelhouse of the sorcerer. Is more of a wizard thing. So I don't know if you'd be able to use that spell, to be honest.
No. Well, Jordan has me. I want to fly.
You want to buy fly?
Yeah.
150 dragons, please. Rochelle looks at the two of you, takes your gold, and says, "Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your patronage. And if you ever need more books or paper or ink, you know where to come. Anything else I can do for you right now?"
I think we're good. We'll get out of your way.
Oh, no. I'm so happy to see you both safe. Please come back anytime. I will be at the tavern later for a drink. You know that.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see you there.
We might see you there. I don't know if we'll be there.
Oh, you're very busy, I know. Have a wonderful day.
Well, I went to Melannor.
For the sake of expediency, we'll bypass the RP to get there and just simply, you find yourselves at Melannor.
I mean, how much RP is there? You know, it's I hop on Demetrius, and I don't know how Draken does it.
He's got a scroll of fly now.
I'm going to use this right now.
They keep up with you. Anyway, you both you both find yourselves in front of Branderthal Villa here, the well-known home of Renaer Neverember, who has taken on into his home many refugees from the surrounding area where the Godcatcher statue had completely disrupted the area here on Herd Lane and totally demolished. Lots of death happening here, but he's taking it upon himself to bring people into his home, much to the chagrin of the rich, snobby people who live in the area, who are, of course, not doing such things, but he is one of those people who will. And the servants there, they recognize you as always. You're good friends of their leader, and they bring you to him. He's in the banquet hall, helping to pass out plates to people for that day's breakfast, which is still, with so many people in his home. It's a large villa. You can hold a lot of people, a lot more than the tavern can. And so he's helping out as best he can. And he waves you over. "Oh, come, you hungry?"
No, we're good.
Okay, good to see you. Glad to see you're safe. I know we checked in yesterday after the ordeal, but as you can see, we're taking care of a lot of people here.
You're doing very good things here.
I appreciate it.
So, want to go on an adventure?
Do I?
Maybe.
He shoves a plate in the servant's hand and says, pats him on the shoulder, goes, "You got this." And he walks over to you and he says, "So, my friends, what do we have in store for us today? You guys are always exciting to hang around with. What's going on?"
What do you think about going Undermountain?
Oh.
Oh, cool.
I understand what he has. I'm the one who did it. Joey's over there looking at Melannor. He goes, Undermountain, that's something, yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, okay, yes. I'd be happy to help you with this.
I'm over here looking at Renaer's. I'm wondering how the heck does he miss all the time with a +10 to his hit roll?
I know.
It's like, I wasn't expecting a +10. Oh, good grief, he misses all the time.
I have tweaked him a little bit since last campaign, so he's got a little bit better than he was before.
Okay. All right. Let's go grab Melannor and we'll get on our way.
Okay. So again, for the sake of expediency, let's say you pick up Melannor at Falconmere. He's happy to go along. He knows what you've done for the city and what you've recently done for stopping the threat from the Modrons, and he's more than happy to help you out with whatever you need.
Awesome.
Oh, you're starting to.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that.
All right. Onwards to the yawning portal then. Unless there's anything else we need while we're here. Last chance, bathroom breaks, whatever. So once we get started, I'm not pulling over.
I'm going to turn this venture around.
What does that mean?
All right. You come out from your carriage or your horse, whatever it might be, in front of the yawning portal. You, the two of you, Renaer and Melannor, along with all having gotten your supplies, weapons, armor, everything you need ready to go. Rations, water, skins, I'm sure.
Yeah, I saw I had rations. I think we had water skins.
You know, I know Draken
But-
had the alchemy jug for water.
Yeah, so we got that. Before we go in, I pulled Demetrius over, make sure he's okay, going back to the spirit world, and disband him and summon him.
You kind of, and then
Not like releasing the thing. So if I come back, he'll come later. Yeah.
as you hear in the yawning portal, as you remember from last time, most of this area around the yawning portal has been demolished.
The yawning portal was the lucky one.
Yeah, the yawning portal stands, and it is popping. I mean, people are wanting to drown their sorrows. They are using the tavern.
Wait.
As you enter the tavern, Draken, he's serving drinks, at the bar. Well, I won't say it's necessarily packed, but it's definitely, many people there. It's, say, 3/4 full. The big portal in the middle yawns up at everyone from beneath. Draken kind of gives you guys a nod as you enter, and he kind of motions with his hands, like, there it is, if you want to go.
All right.
Waive the fee to get down.
It was only like what, 10 silver anyway?
It's a gold or a dragon to get down, and another dragon to get up.
Is he gonna wave the one to get back?
There's you can see there's a long string or rope attached to a bell at the top of the ceiling above the portal. And from below, you can imagine people can pull that rope, ding the bell. He sends down a basket, drop the gold in the basket, pulls the basket up, retrieves the gold, sends down the large basket to sit in order to fish you up.
Well, what if there's a giant monster?
Well, it's not a good time to do that. It is a long process to get up from the bottom.
I mean, like,
All right.
Anything you want to ask Draken or anyone there? You don't see anybody that you recognize necessarily. A lot of disheveled people.
Yeah, I just asked Draken if anybody's gone down recently.
Actually, yes.
They hasn't come back up.
We had a group go down soon after you left yesterday.
Come back up.
They have not come back up. Nope.
Maybe we'll see them. I mean, it's pretty soon to come back up.
Yeah, can you tell us about the group?
Oh, sure. One moment here.
Because I'm pretty sure that we're going to be seeing them around.
Or seeing something of them, maybe?
Parts of them, at least.
Yeah, parts of them.
They called themselves, let's see, and he hands a drink to a tray of drinks to a waitress as she's like hurrying around the bill orders. Oh yeah, the fine fellows of Daggerford. I guess they come from the town of Daggerford. The fine fellows do. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 5 of them. They seem like a varied bunch. Anything specific you want to know about them?
Do they look like they could get down pretty far?
They look formidable. I can imagine them getting down a level or two.
Or do you imagine them like just sliding on?
Did they look like a good group?
Good how?
Like,
They looked formidable.
Alignment.
They had let's see, they had 2 clerics with them. I don't know if that means anything for you. They had
There could be evil clerics.
2 clerics. Let's see what else. They had a dwarf fella. They had a couple of human people there. 1 big human guy, lots of armor. I don't know. I don't know nothing about them really.
Well, it sounds like they got a well-rounded group, though. The cleric should help with healing anyway.
Oh yeah,
Oh, maybe we'll run into them. We can join up.
yeah, maybe we can even
Hey.
join parties.
They seemed like a group that was down looking for, their fame and fortune and all that kind of stuff, despite whatever's going on in the city, apparently. So I don't know what that tells you about them.
They're trying to go get Hallmaster or something. You're going for him?
I doubt they're going for Hallister himself, but they're looking to get what they can.
Yeah.
I get a lot of groups like that, though. Most of them don't come back.
Yeah.
So most of them who do come back are not all there, shall we say.
What do you mean by that?
A group of 5 go down, a group of 3 come back,
I think you meant mentally.
The 3 that come back are probably not all there either, yeah.
What do you mean?
They're a little crazy.
Did they look at they had pretty good equipment?
Oh yeah, we're pretty well equipped. I'd say they're ready. You might even find they
So
clear
one way or another,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
one way or the other, we might want to run into them.
Wait, they cleared out the level for us, so they don't have to do anything.
Either join up or find their bodies somewhere and loot them. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, let's jump down. Slide down the road.
It's a long jump.
No,
You better use your scroll of flying.
Never mind.
All right, that's your one take back.
No, wait, what? What? I didn't read it.
Well, you need to make sure what you say.
Oh, what?
Just kidding.
You made it longer this time than I thought.
What?
Okay, so you load yourselves up into the baskets. So a sturdy, almost like a shark cage. You can imagine that kind of thing being lowered down into the depths. As you're going down, of course, the music's getting softer and softer, and you hear the creak of the chain as eventually the sounds of the tavern above give way to the sounds of dungeon. Now you've been down here before,
Once.
but even so, it's
We
been a
didn't
long.
go very far.
Yeah, you've been down here. You were down here once about a year ago, year and a month ago.
Go ahead and do the math thing.
Anyway, as you're
What,
slowly
do you remember
forward
that secret passage or something?
about, say, 150 feet from top of the yawning portal down to the bottom.
Uncle Ben's right. I remember a secret passage in the map that we found.
Make your way here.
We gotta discover all the stuff again.
If you remember it, then you won't have to discover it again. As you,
I remember that secret passage.
As your feet touch down, you see the floor of this large area is just covered in sand. And again, you see the shields on the walls. There's about 60 shields all arrayed up the last, say, 20 feet of this shaft. There's shields all around.
And Hallmaster's watching us, pretty much?
You don't know?
I'm going to move around the sand and see if there's anything. I don't remember.
Do a perception check.
Perception. 11. That's my passive.
Roll a d10.
A d10.
Mm-hmm.
2.
A 2.
That wasn't good.
You find 2 iron spikes and a glass eye.
Ooh. I'll take the glass eye.
Okay. You have a glass eye then. It's just a glass eye. Nothing special about it as far as you can tell. But, you root around in the sand a little bit. And speaking of being down here, who can see? It is pitch black. There's no lighting.
What?
I can see.
I cast light.
So you use dark vision, is that right?
Yeah, I use dark vision.
Me?
So dark vision, as you kind of gotten acclimated down here, as you stepped out of the cage, and Draken starts rooting around in the sand.
Blindly, apparently.
You're looking around, and you notice that, you know how dark vision works. You've had it all your life. Something's off with your dark vision. It seems to not be as clear as it used to be, as far as you're used to.
I have light on.
Your 60-foot radius for dark vision seems to be about half of what you're used to.
Interesting.
Your dark vision extends about 30 feet, and then you have maybe very heavily obscured the 10 feet beyond that.
I'm going blind.
I know you kind of blink and rub your eyes a little bit, and you kind of open them real wide and look around and look at Draken, and he's right next to you.
I got light on.
And the 30 feet around you seems fine, like you expect. And in dark vision, by the way, there's no color or anything, so you see like this black light
this grayscale
around you, and you see Draken, you see Renaer, Melannor, but you look down the hall that you see to the far left, southwest here, and it kind of just cuts off much sooner than you anticipated.
I'm going to show you this.
Okay, I want to take a couple of steps to see if the area that I can't see continues, or if it basically I want to see if there's some kind of magical barrier or something that I can't see through, or if it's just I can't see that far anymore.
No, it definitely starts to fill in as you approach. And by the way, these squares are 10 feet squares.
Oh, I'm going to look through the whole thing. The whole sand. All the sand.
How much you gonna spend a whole day just playing in the sand?
That's going to take you, if you
I'm
really
going blind over here.
you really want to shift through all this sand with your light above you. It'll take you maybe half hour.
I really want it. I really want something good.
Are you really think you're going to find something super good here in the very first room?
No, I don't think super useful.
We've been here 5 minutes. We're already distracted.
As Draken's looking, shifting through the sand, and his light on the end of his staff is kind of casting around. You do see on the wall, if you remember, it's been a long time, there was a message on the wall written in common.
What?
And it says, beyond the pillar forest, the mad mage waits, casting spells behind magic gates. And as you look at this, it's like one of these things where you haven't been here in a long time, but whenever you see it, oh yeah, I remember that. That kind of jogs your memory. But you see attached to that inscribed message a new sentence that wasn't there before.
If Jordan can hear me, I would say, Halmaster has been right there.
It says, "Welcome to the show.
The sun sand. I still look
Oh,
sand.
all right.
I
Real
like
quick
the-
though. So last time we,
Count for sand?
huh?
Everyone roll perception.
Roll.
And then you can feel free to continue what you're saying.
17 and
Okay.
sand.
Roll another d10.
22.
All right. You hear. What are we gonna say?
I was just gonna say last time we heard, I didn't notice an issue with the vision, right?
No, you didn't.
Yes, that's a new thing.
This seems to be new.
Okay.
You hear off to this side the pitter patter of feet moving away.
Oh, I'm going to chase it. Wait, it's a wall. I'm going to try to push through the wall. I'm going to, like, touch the... I'm going to have my mage hand push the wall.
Nothing happens.
Like,
Roll a d10 for me while you're sifting through the sand.
Yes. Get more lucky. 5.
You found a broken lamp.
Why?
Because
Did he cut himself on the lamp?
No.
Use it.
All right. I want to go up to the wall where I heard the pitter patter of feet and see if I see anything at the wall. Like anything standing out like a loose branch or
You
something.
can do a perception or investigation, whatever you want. Well, actually, investigation.
Well,
I got a grass
Yeah.
out.
6.
6. You go to the
Yeah.
wall and your perception triggered you to the sound. Now you're investigating. Okay, that's why I wanted to change. So now you go to
That's fine.
investigate and you don't really see anything.
I mean, if I had done perception, I only got a 7. That's only one more.
Yeah.
I just rolled poorly.
Oh!
All right, well, that was creepy.
You're telling me to use my ring of X-ray vision?
I didn't hear anybody say that, but you have that as an option.
I have ring of X-ray vision. Do you want me to use it?
It's up to you. It's your ring.
Mm.
Just don't look at my unders.
I will remind you that you are in room number 1.
Oh, sure. It's not.
I know.
You probably.
I am aware.
You probably like heard it through the wall or something. I'm still looking.
All right.
Can we go to room 2 now?
Okay, room 2. I found nothing.
Yeah, Melannor is like, really? Renaer goes,
Like, seriously, this campaign is going to take 10 years.
Probably will. You like my glass eye
Yeah.
that found?
yeah, it's very pretty.
I like it.
All right.
Well, I liked it.
Okay, so I
Not give it
assume
to you.
everyone starts to head their way
Yeah.
southwest.
Yes.
Now, this first time we're really doing this for realsies. It's going to take a little bit of time, I'm sure, for us to kind of get used to
Undermountain.
what we're doing here.
I don't think we're in Undermountain yet. Ooh.
Isn't this
My vision's back. I can see around corners and everything.
All right. As you turn this corner, you find, again, you're starting to remember this area as you saw it before. And on the walls to the south and to the north are these carvings.
Carving. I do remember that actually.
Okay.
I remember pictures.
Looks like,
Okay.
What?
so on these carvings, you can imagine these on each kind of 10-foot section of wall. There are these carvings on the south wall and the north wall.
Are these
And they're all depicting, say, demons and fiends and creatures and monsters of different kinds.
They look like they're talking these.
I pull out my hammer.
Why are
I hate demons.
They're on the south side.
I'm gonna punt. I'm going to hit that thing. I faced up before and he stepped up my firewall.
You're gonna go punch the wall.
No, with Mage Hand. You can do some
Okay,
damage.
your mage spectral hand pushes against the wall, and nothing really happens.
Nothing happens. You can push. Wait, is
I'm
it,
going to inspect the south wall because I remember there was something there.
I know, the secret
think.
passage. I'm gonna be like
It
scraping
was
that.
in the south.
How about let's do perception checks. How about that?
And scraping my head against the 14.
And I'll give you advantage since you know there was something here from before, and you just need to remember where it is and find it again.
13. I'm like going.
Funny, not natural.
20.
Not natural.
All right. As you're running your hands along the wall, you remember, oh yes, this one, and you go and find the relief of
Skeleton.
this pigman looking thing right here.
Pigman.
This pigman creature, and you grab the tusks on the carvings and kind of push them together, and here's a noise, and the door kind of scrapes against stone and moves to the side.
Let's go in. What's the dead body for?
The dead body was of a kinku who was kind of a skeleton draped across the floor, his arm kind of pointing out
Towards it.
towards that space.
So like Paul must have really killed something as
Oh, that's not just a crack in the floor? It's hard to tell.
Oh, that can zoom in. It's kind of like a burned up skeleton looking thing.
Okay. Make sure I got my protection against fire. Okay.
What?
Before you guys have a chance to enter, you hear from behind you or off to the west. Hold it right there.
What?
And coming out from the shadows, you see several figures.
Hello?
Aha, more adventurers coming through our territory.
Who are you?
I see you found the secret door. Very good.
Who are you? What is it? Is it like a vampire or something? I hope it's not a vampire.
You stand in the dreaded crypts of the Countess Haria herself,
What does that mean?
and our master shall have her due. Choose how you pay, gold or blood.
I'll take gold.
And then you hear another one in the back say, or wine. Shut.
Wine? I can actually do that.
I'll take blood, but you didn't necessarily specify mine.
Wait, who? What are they? Drow?
You see this
Vampire?
creature stepping out from the darkness,
I don't want to fight a vampire.
and they have this kind of sharp fangs, kind of yellowing teeth,
Are you
very
a
pale.
Are you a vampire?
What do you think?
Yes.
You think anything is just going to live in Undermountain? We demand tribute for those who pass by.
How much wine?
You see others in the shadows stepping forward.
I said how much wine?
We are happy to take your wine as well as your gold or your life.
How much wine would it take?
How much wine could you possibly have?
1 gallon?
Do you hear in the back someone goes, they have a gallon. Shush! A gallon of wine, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's different. Are you willing to part with this gallon of wine for your lives?
Yes.
Very well. We will accept this tribute this time for safe passage through our tunnels, through our territory.
Do you have something to put it in? The
You kinda-
jar is kind of special.
She kind of looks around and goes, I will take the jar itself. It's a jar of wine, yes. If that's what you're offering, then we will be glad to take it. You see other figures stepping out from the shadows.
Like, George can take over talking. I'm not exactly good with that. Can I put the wine from the alchemy jug in something else?
Yes.
Okay, then I put it in something else.
Do you have something else that can carry a gallon of wine?
Will it have a potion? Empty potion bottles?
A potion bottle is like say a Coke can or a water bottle.
Or pint?
You need a lot of potion bottles.
How many pints? 8?
One of the presumably vampires goes, "I have a bucket," and he comes by and goes, "Here." And he kind of plants it on the ground. This guy comes up,
I make the alchemy jug have wine in it, and I go.
places the bucket. He kind of walks up these stairs, but not getting too close to you guys, but places the bucket right there,
I walk up
and then
there
steps back.
and make the alchemy jug have a gallon of wine, and I go.
They go, "Look at that! Look at that!" You know, they start kind of whispering among themselves. And the lead, the guy who seems to be in charge, he kind of steps forward, and he kind of hungrily, kind of licks his lips, goes, "We haven't had some good wine in a long time. This is a good tribute."
A whole gallon comes out of the bucket. Here you go.
All right, this one comes up, fetches it, comes back with this gallon sloshing. He goes, "Ha, we're going to drink well tonight, my friends. The mistress will be pleased." And they kind of look back at you, the four of you. Goes, "Don't mess with the Undertakers."
What does that
And
mean?
they kind of give you the look.
What's an undertaker?
That's the group name they're calling themselves. And they back into the shadows until they are out of sight from the darkness.
Is that when we meant don't do something not smart and try to attack them? Is that what you mean by that? Don't try to attack them.
They continue, you hear them, the kind of pitter-patter of their feet as they seem to retreat off to the north side of this room into the dark gloom.
That was close. What you say, George?
If they were vampires, I don't like the idea of letting them run around, but when in Rome.
I will say that we are in Undermountain, and I'll say what Daddy told to me. You cannot always fight things. You gotta let yourself be captured and be able to run away and be able to not
Well,
fight
that's true.
stuff.
Hey,
That's evil.
I didn't do anything, even though my first instinct was to charge and just swing my way, but I'll let you do your wine. I'll let you sell our souls for safe passage. Go ahead.
No, what I'm trying to say something else. What I'm saying is, Daddy said that all like bad guys will give you quests, so they don't attack you, but they're actually.
Well, like I said earlier, pretty much every non-monster race you could potentially speak to.
You can't talk to. You could potentially not try to attack you.
Why can't we talk to the monsters?
Some monsters you can talk to, and I'll let you know when that happens, but most of them are just beasties. You just fight and kill.
Or run away.
I can talk to beasties.
Don't kill. Run away, and don't die. I say that.
Run away. Braves
Okay, so-
ran away.
So the sound, you kind of warily look toward the northwest or the west side as the gang of pointy-teethed people step back into the gloom until they're out of sight, and now just hear the darkness. You hear the sounds of dripping water, a little bit of a rush of some sort of wind coming from somewhere.
What kind of vampires drink wine anyway?
Maybe. Okay, I'm going to go down that passage. What's it come? Melannor said,
All right, lead the way.
I don't want to lead.
So Draken, you step right here, and then
And then it said you first.
nothing happens.
I stood right there and it said you first.
And then you step down again, and nothing happens.
So the room, the tunnel goes from being this stone walls to more cave-like as the cavern or the passage breaks into the earth and the stone of the natural formation around here.
So, and this is not dangerous that we go to, right? Not too dangerous that we're going to die.
Hope not. This is only the first kind of new area they've come to.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope we at least make it to the second floor.
So if you want to order Melannor or Renaer to do something, you can do so. Like Renaer is obviously very much a rogue type. If you want,
Yeah, I was thinking we could have Renaer go in the front, and I'd be like right with him, and then Melannor and Draken can support from the rear.
well, Renaer got a 31 on a stealth check.
oh, who? How?
He is a rogue.
I got a 20, not natural.
Okay, so Renaer steps forward. George,
While we going stealthily,
Monsters?
What'd you
are
say?
a thing.
why are we going stealthily?
Monsters.
that's just Renaer. That's Renaer's default behavior is to be stealthy.
I rolled a 20 on my stuff. Just
Okay.
like, I'm just like seeing that he does it. I'm like,
Right, so you're being quiet, which is probably not a bad idea as you stumble your way through. Now Renaer is a human.
Oh,
He's not gonna be able to see very well.
I got a
I don't
17 on my stealth.
Very good.
I
Thankfully, I have advantage. So roll the 3 first.
How'd you have advantage? Remind me.
I have boots
Oh yes.
of elven kind.
well, I have light on right now, so people can see.
Renaer moves
Yeah.
forward in the gloom beyond your sight.
I'm really like, George,
I follow with him.
this is a wine.
Like, I'm staying with Renaer.
You're gonna stay with him?
Now I'm running.
Yeah,
Wait,
I don't tell him. Make sure he's checking for traps.
wait for me.
Okay. He's being very, stealthy
Roguey.
and
He's being
roguey.
roguey.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna start running. Like, wait for me.
Don't say that kind of thing. I'll take you serious.
Oh, okay, never mind.
This tunnel just seems to go on for a long time. Seems to be getting thinner. You start to smell something
Dead?
as it opens
Water?
up into what it smells like sewage.
Oh, that's the sewer entrance.
Into a room,
A room.
and it's
Water?
the room is filled to about your, say, ankles with disgusting smelling water.
I'm just gonna like go into where I can look the other way and see if it just keeps going like a sewer. Or is it like a room?
With your light cantrip,
Well,
you say you can see all the way over here, and you see a statue. Now, one thing you notice about this room is that the floor is actually not even. It's tilting downward toward the west side. And the statue that you see beyond is about chest deep in sewage from your position, where the water is about, say, at this point, maybe more like above your foot, a little above the ankle. And it's kind of a steep drop off. Every 5 feet, it kind of goes down a good couple of feet down. So or a good foot down for every 5 foot of movement this way. Until over here, you're going to be too much beyond this statue, you'll be swimming.
and nasty.
I'm gonna go a little bit further.
It is nasty. It smells awful in here. You see this water just kind of seeping through cracks in the ceiling, and you're imagining it must be the sewage above kind of seeping down into this room. The statue, you see, even with your light, you can kind of see it emanates a little bit of a purple, dim glow about it.
I'm gonna say, George, is there you can see farther. If you walk up, does it keep going? Is it this?
We'll say it right here, this line, that's where it starts to go deeper beyond that.
I'm gonna go to that line. So this
You're already at that line.
Just so I can see the line.
You're right there.
That's the wall.
I need to be aware of this. So I'm looking at your light spell and make sure what the radius is.
Okay, I don't know.
It's like 30 feet.
So bright light and 20 and dim light and 40. Or, sorry, another 20. So 40 total. But yeah, you can see out here.
I just wanted to see the wall.
So you have bright light for 20 feet around, which is this area here, and then dim light for another 20 after.
And it's like a passage. So I don't know what to do.
Now at this side of the room, you would be swimming. Like I said, you would not be able to touch the ground. You just see the sewage water seeping in from the ceiling.
Wait, but would you be able to touch the ground from here? It looks like this.
You don't know.
Who wants to
This
see
statue is of a Sahuagin. Sahuagin, or however you say that. And it's submerged up to its chest, like I said. And as you're looking this way and kind of studying with the light spell, you can see more clearly that the head of the statue is actually backwards
Oh,
and appears to have come off. There's like a separation between the head and the rest of it, and it's been placed back on in reverse.
who wants to see where this leads?
Um,
I have something to do too. I can clean that off after.
real quick, first off, I am going to replace my ruby with an emerald.
Which is what?
Poison resistance?
Why do you need poison?
Well, don't drink this water. It will be poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yes, poison resistance. All right. And now I'm going to make my way, holding my breath as much as I can, to the statue.
I'm just gonna like swim.
You're going to swim in raw sewage. Okay.
Swim.
All right, so George is heading his way in. You step here, and immediately the decrease is like stepping into the deep side of the pool. It's a slant, and you immediately go up to your knees, in sewage. You're like, ugh.
All right, let's keep going. Hope y'all have prestidigitation ready.
You're up to your waist at this point.
All right.
You have your hammer and shield up here.
I'll be swimming.
You're gonna go that way. Draken's like, woohoo! And he just gets splashed on you, and he's gonna like push past you and like, whoa, just swim over here.
I'm doing the fast. I'm waiting for him to do it.
Well, I'll make a way to the statue.
Okay, you go to that statue. I'm gonna go see what's
Go sit down.
that way.
He's been moving around this whole time.
I know. So Draken, when you get about here,
Oh no. Is it he moving
Sure, I'm glad you ran in front of me. You're swam in front of me.
too?
I'd like you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh wait, I got that new thing. 17?
17.
Do I need to redo it?
No, you're fine.
Oh good.
So instead of taking full damage,
Oh what?
you take half damage. So you take 7 psychic damage. As you swim over here, you're just like, whoa, let's go. And you're like, "Argh!" you kind of get this shock in your brain, and all of a sudden there's like this heat rises in your mind as you're just stabbing headache suddenly just, and you kind of look at the statue like, oh man, as you have gotten relatively close to it.
I'm gonna like swim away from the statue, but like I'm gonna go
Going this way.
away from the statue. Stay away from the statue, please, everybody.
Okay. You're gonna keep going?
Oh, yeah, staying as far away from the statue as I can. Like back up on the
All right,
wall.
so you're swimming through the sewage at this point.
Do it. I want to see if it eventually ends or if it's going to keep going.
I have the feeling, the idea that anything that requires you going through sewage is not a good idea.
Oh, it
As you
ends.
round the corner, you see a dead end.
What? I'm gonna look for a secret.
Check for secret doors.
All right,
Do you have a wand that does that or something?
Oh yeah, I have some wand. I don't think it requires a teammate to.
So you're
Wand of secrets.
let me look. You're reaching down underneath the sewage into your pack, putting the pack under the
No,
sewage
never
as it
mind.
comes flooding
Never
in,
mind. Never mind.
coating everything you own with sewage.
No.
No, you're not doing that. Okay.
Um,
All right. Well, I had him back then. I was going to try to be nice and fix the statue, but if it's going to attack us, forget that.
Do a perception check, George.
All right.
I'm gonna feel around the wall with a perception check.
19.
Investigation. 19.
Huh?
That's a good one. All right, so George, you see movement. It's like you can imagine from Star Wars, the trash.
Oh no!
They're seeing
Yes.
something under the sewer water. It's not the statue itself that apparently did whatever it
I
did
didn't get
to
good.
Draken.
I didn't do good.
You didn't find anything. But there's something, you see some kind of movement around the base of the statue beneath the water.
I'm gonna start swimming away if he tells me.
Yeah, there's something in the water.
I'm going.
You're going this way?
I'm dashing. I'm dash swimming.
You're going to keep on the side, or where are you going?
I'm going.
Okay.
And dash swimming.
All right, so you're swimming through here. I need you to make another intelligence save.
Oh, what? I wasn't that close.
Well, while he's distracting you, I'm going to head to the statue.
14, or do I need to roll again?
So you have to roll again. You take 2 psychic damage.
Oh, 2, that's fine.
So George, you're moving in.
Yeah,
you
while he's distracting the other
plunge
thing.
in up to your chest. Okay, the sewage.
Yeah,
It does need to
And-
be second.
I'm going to climb up.
Okay, that's easy enough. You get up, you kind of find a handhold on the statue. You're a big guy, so you kind of raise yourself up on the statue, and again you see this kind of movement beneath you.
I'm gonna say, everybody get out of the water. And
Sharks!
I'm swimming.
There's sewage sharks! Psychic sewage sharks!
Okay.
Renaer, why are you swimming?
He's hanging back. He's only
It's ankle deep right there.
over there.
I'll say swim.
Renaer, George, you up there and you're right there next to the head. Again, you see it backwards.
I want to just twist it around to fix it.
So you grab the head, you twist it around, and as you do, it turns to face you, right? And it's like a jack-o'-lantern. Like the eyes are just holes, and the mouth is like open, like a hole, and it's like empty inside the head. And you turn it.
Gross.
It kind of you just turn it to the statue head, and it clicks into place.
Ah.
And you kind of give a nod of approval. Mm-hmm.
Does that little door?
That looks about right. Use my stonemason skills to turn the head. That's a good way to get ahead in life.
Now that I'm not in sewage with my pack, now I'm gonna get that one of secrets out.
Okay, so I assume you prestidigitate yourself clean.
Yeah.
Open up your bag, break out the wand of secrets, and you tap, and use a charge.
4 over there.
So use your charge.
Yeah, I don't think you know.
That only goes like what, 30 feet?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah, so the little alcove is like
So
10,
you
20,
are
30, 40, 50, 60 feet away.
30 feet right
I'm
there.
starting to move back.
You're gonna move back.
Wait, no, I'm gonna ask George.
You're just begging to get eaten
Wait,
by the psychic sewage shark.
there's a second. No, is there a second series?
What do you think's been doing the damage to you?
George, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah,
There?
the statue.
That is a 19.
Okay, you take 6 psychic damage as your brain suddenly warmth and heat and fire erupts from your brain. It seems like, and it just a headache and migraine, and it just powerful pain hits you all of a sudden.
From the statue?
I'm gonna stay right here, and when I know
The statue itself is still glowing, this kind of purple, faint purple glow.
Can I see inside the mouth?
Yeah. You look inside and you see what appears to be a black candle inside the mouth of the Sahuagin statue.
Take out the black candle. That's weird.
I grab it.
Well, you can't quite reach your hand through the mouth. You have to like unscrew the head, I suppose, and get in there.
Or do you want me to go get Mage hand?
I get a javelin and stab it in.
Okay, you stick your javelin in, you manage to pierce the wax of the candle and pull it out like plucking a hot dog out of a bowl, out of a pot.
Yeah.
And you find this kind of inky black waxed candle with like a purple wick. And it seems like it's not been used.
I'm gonna light
Oh,
it.
it's not lit?
It's not lit.
Light it.
Oh, I thought it was lit.
Sorry, it's not lit. No, it's just a candle inside.
Light it.
Oh.
Finish off the jack-o'-lantern.
All right.
Again, the motion under the water, the sewage. Again, you see this just really clear, distinct motion of this movement of around the base of the statue.
So you think
around this way.
Is the water not getting out?
I light it. Okay. I pull up my Zippo.
Is the water not as deep?
You light the candle.
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
You light So what are you using to light this thing with?
I'm sure I got something like a flint and steel or whatever.
Okay, you take out your sewage covered flint. No.
It should be in the bag of holding. It should be
Understood.
clean.
You break out the flint and it lights. As the purple flame lights on top of this candle, you just feel like you just get enveloped suddenly in inky blackness.
We should not have done that. I'll ask you to do that. It's only over there.
And Draken, Renaer, and Melannor, they see as you do this, what should be light coming from the candle is actually darkness
It's a
being
dark
emitted
candle.
from the candle.
Wow. Cool.
You have found
All right, I blow it out.
of anti-light,
I blow it out.
and the light comes back
Woohoo!
to you again.
Put it in my bag.
In the bag it goes.
Well, then what's happening to the water?
Something down there.
Like a shark?
Okay. Can I look? Are the eyes hollow too, or is it all just that one thing with the
That's
candle in it?
Poke the shark.
There's all into the one cavity. It's essentially like a big jack-o'-lantern for putting candles in.
Okay. In that case, I want to jump.
Into the sewage.
I want to leap this way as far as I can
All right.
to get as shallow as I can. As quickly as I
So
can.
you leap off and land about here, which is about that knee deep.
You really think it's a shark?
Actually, it's more like
A
waist speed here.
psychic sewage shark.
You're about waist.
Yeah, so just keep going. Run. Get out.
And I need you to make another intelligence save.
18.
Okay, you take 4 psychic damage this time.
All right.
There's psychic sharks.
Little bit of damage. New magic item. Yay. That's a win.
No,
Let's go.
What about the second shark? We gotta kill
You
it.
see it swirling around this.
Why we gotta kill it? Do you want to go fighting in sewage? Go ahead. I'm leaving.
No, I want to see. I really think there's a secret door. That's obvious.
Then after you.
I'm gonna ray of frost at where that is.
With disadvantage, you can't see
Are
it.
you gonna like freeze the sewage?
No, there's shark. 18.
With disadvantage?
I get plus 9.
All right.
And I hit it 2d8.
18. As you
Max damage is 16.
16 damage. You hear this squeal, and not even a squeal. It's just like this noise under the water, and the water kind of ripples. This motion, you see the motion. You can't really see anything. You see current, like the motion of the water itself is only clue really, as it swirls this way.
I'm gonna try to hit it again. Disadvantage is a 16.
All right, you hit it again.
And I do 12 damage.
And with that, you see this black inky rise to the surface of the sewage over here and kind of cloud the water in this southwestern area,
What do you think?
as whatever it was seems to have been killed.
Now I can go check the secret door.
Yeah, so now you can swim through sewage and inky black blood. Awesome. Have fun.
All right.
What are you?
So, okay, for the sake of time,
I go
how
over
far do you want to go?
to the place that I thought had the place.
I do a Constitution save.
To the alcove.
Constitution 22.
All right, you managed to avoid being poisoned.
Okay, well, I'm going,
Yeah, you're laughing about me changing out that gem, but
boom, I want a secret. Let's see. No, your house.
There's nothing there.
Well, it's going to be on for the duration.
What's the duration? All right, so Draken swims his way back. Renaer goes.
That's to digitize us.
Oh, now a presentation room.
All right, you get all
Clean.
clean.
And everybody else, right?
Yeah, everybody gets clean, and you step back through the tunnel.
Yeah, who needs a potion of greater invisibility when you got a candle of anti-light?
And I can't see.
All right.
What's to see?
Found your first kind of secret here. With that.
Well, I got
The
that.
thing, we could have had that for a year.
It's true.
Right. Well, let's keep going.
Okay. Heading to the west, I assume.
Well, listen, my mom's telling me anything.
You once again find yourself in
Oh,
the
yeah, I remember his column. Like the
room
column
of
is
pillars.
like- What is that?
And the snake thing.
The snake that was coiled
Snake
around
skeleton.
the column has collapsed, and now you find the bones just kind of scattered across the floor instead.
Lots of ways you can go.
There are passages to the northwest and south.
I don't think you're north.
The north direction, you imagine, is where those figures that took your wine went, that direction.
There's south.
To the south, you do see in common carved on the wall here in the southeast the message, certain death this way, with arrows pointing to the south.
Certain.
Well, let's go east or let's go west then.
He's sending death this way. I don't think so.
That's what the message on the wall says, anyway.
I kind of want to.
And Melannor speaks up as you get within the middle of the room here. He says, well, if you recall, last time we were here, we went to the west through that hall of mirrors.
Oh, well, we know what. Wait, west?
Oh, I had to fight myself.
Oh, so we have to go south or what? North?
You can go west if you want to. I'm not saying you can't go west.
I know,
But you've been there
Let's
before.
go south. Because certain death is better than uncertain death.
I will say that from this vantage point, with your dark vision and light, you do see the first alcove where mirrors were. You see shards of glass all across the floor.
Then let's go there. I want to see what happened.
And your dark vision lasts up there.
West?
I don't like this whole hampering my vision.
I'm gonna go west, actually. Who wants to go this way?
I remember last time I had to fight my reflection.
I know, but the mirrors are shattered, so they can't be there.
Ooh. What if we light the candle of anti-light and then walk that way because the mirrors can't reflect you
They're broken.
and they can't reflect you?
Okay, you can do it like you. They're broken.
Why don't I go look? You're easier to kill than I am.
You see the shards of glass on the floor in front of these two alcoves in the dim light beyond the stairs leading up.
I'm gonna walk a bit closer.
Okay, Draken, you get closer, and with your 40-foot light,
And 20 within.
you do see more glass shards on the floor.
Hey, one's not shard.
Wait, one of them don't have a shark.
You're right. One of them.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
That one mirror is the one that you didn't use. That's the one that you came from. Copy of you came from.
Do you head in?
Darkness. And go straight. Whoa.
You see,
Whoa.
as you pass by these alcoves, the mirrors that were there before have seemed to be shattered. At least most of
Except
them.
that one.
What?
As you pass
Ew.
through this mirror.
Back up, back up, back up.
All right.
How about I shoot the mirror first?
How about we just light this candle
Light
and
the
see if
candle.
that works?
Light the candle and walk.
Light the candle.
Okay.
Click, click, walk past, unclick. Huddle up, guys.
Yeah, I'm getting in it. And now we can just
All right.
walk.
A 10-foot radius of darkness envelops around you.
So now we just walk forward.
Head over.
Put you there. And you walk in front of the mirror.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
nothing seems to happen. You can't really see the mirror through the darkness. Or can you? I can't remember now. Let me look at that real quick.
No, I can't see through the darkness.
And then, like, turn it off.
Dark vision can't get through it. I looked at the description already.
Yeah, so you guys are walking in the dark, literally, heading forward, creeping together, huddled like under an umbrella of shadow.
Yeah.
and
We go a little bit
and-
further.
in this pocket of no light, devoid of all light. You just can't see your hand in front of your face. You just know you're carrying this candle as you walk forward. And you assume you're in front of this mirror right now.
Let's walk a bit more.
Nothing tried to stab you yet.
Yeah, let's walk a bit more and turn.
Well, I'm not trying to dawdle there. Let's.
Okay, you want to just go across the whole way?
I think I just walk past that and then we can turn it off. I think
You're still in darkness, we'll say.
you can undo it.
All right. Blow it out then.
How far you want to go before you blow it out?
Maybe like 10 more feet.
Okay.
About there.
Yeah.
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 Exactly. Whew. Whoa. We got like.
Whew.
Oh, there was another.
Ah, ha, ha.
You see another
I
disturbance
knew it.
that shattered there.
I knew it.
Oh, there's another one.
Did we make it through this thing before?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Do an intelligence check. We'll test your memory.
5.
7.
7. You remember coming through here. You just don't really remember which mirrors held the shadowy figures you fought
The
before.
last one did. I remember myself. The last one.
Well, this seems to be working. We'll just keep relighting this candle.
Like.
Again.
Light, go like 20 feet.
We march.
Yep, there.
Undo it? Maybe? Yeah. Oh, we just made it through the Hall of Mirrors.
Yay.
What way did we go?
Are we even going the right way? Do we know?
As you snuff out the candle of anti-light at this point, you hear, coming from the north,
North?
this north passage here,
Okay.
you hear a sound of this little voice that says, "Friend or foe?"
Friend!
Friend? Always friend. Never foe.
You see a little
Oh.
kobold make his way out of the shadows,
What's
coming
your
towards
name?
you.
What's your name?
Yeah, and this is just a token of a kobold I found, but this particular kobold, he has like this leather armor on with a hood, and he carries a small dagger. He goes, "Friend or foe?
Friend.
Are you Xanathar?"
Not to be racist or anything, but do you know Meepo?
He kind of looks at you, cocks his head to the side.
We used to have a kobold friend, just he disappeared.
"You friend of the kobolds? Oh, you're rare,
We were
but..."
friends with Meepo.
He's a kobold.
He kind of backs up to here and goes, "I know not of your friend Meepo. My name is Woktar."
And I will.
Nice to meet you, Woktar.
And I will answer your questions, Xanathar or Xantaram. Both of them are no.
You are not Xantaram, you are not Xanathar either?
Nope.
He puts his dagger away. "Are you with the Undertakers?"
Who are they?
They're the vampire guys we gave wine to.
Well, there is a.
You don't look like vampires.
He said blood or
Oh, not with them.
blood or gold. I'm like, wine.
So no Xanathar, no Xantaram, no vampire?
No.
And you're a friend of Kobold?
Yeah.
He kind of lights up a bit. "You need a guide?"
Yeah, we don't exactly.
That'd be great.
This place?
Oh, it's such relief. So relieving to find adventurers who are not jerks. I really would like these vampires to leave. And the Xanathar to leave. I wish the goblins and the kobolds can expand territory here into the first level, making it safe for passerbys to come through.
Well,
The Xanathar is probably too big for us to do anything about right now. But how many are in this Undertaker's group?
Oh, the Undertakers, they're a big group.
Oh.
They have maybe, I don't know, 15, 17, 20, that range. They tend to camp out in the pillars when they hear the crank of the upstairs coming down of more people, and they ask for things.
But they bother y'all?
I try to stay out of sight.
I don't exactly like them at all.
The last group came through, they gave them some money, they let them through. And I asked them if they needed a guide, but they kind of like threw something at me. I jumped out of the way and ran off.
Which way did they go?
They went south.
Which
Yeah,
way
be
is-
You
careful.
heard any screams from that direction?
Say again?
You heard any screams from that direction?
Screams? No. I do hear fighting every now and then. The Xanathar guild members, they have an outpost to the south.
Ah. And Xanathar we've run into before. They're no friends of ours.
That's good to hear.
Oh,
The Xanathar, they've come up from below. My people, we have a peaceful settlement below here, the level below.
there's a level below level 1.
Well, yes, there's many levels as far as I have heard.
Oh wait, I thought we were going up. Never mind. I get it. So you're with on level 2?
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
The goblin encampment that I am a part of, the goblins and kobolds and bugbears, we all make a little village where we could. It's been there for many generations, and so far we've managed to keep a hold of our territory. But the Xanathar guild, they come through, they kill many of us. But so far,
And your village would be friendly to us if we came through?
oh yes, my village is very friendly. They love adventurers. They pay lots of coin.
Ah.
We would love it to
Hmm.
be able to expand into this area so that whenever the adventurers come down, because they always seem to come down, they could just come down to us and we could give them what they need. They could give us food and coin and supplies. We could trade.
Well, I definitely don't like the idea of those undertakers being up there.
Me either. I've been sent as a forward scout to try to recruit adventurers as they come in to help clear these undesirables out of here. But so far, no one take me up on it.
Well, what kind of group do you have that we would be helping?
Oh, the goblin village below.
The whole village?
Oh yes.
Like they'd all like take up arms and fight?
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. You would be helping the goblin village if you helped me. As far as other people to help in this fight, I don't have that. I was hoping to find
So
adventurers who are strong enough to do this without much intervention.
Well, we're
before it gets 1720,
we're strong.
we could do it. If we could sneak in,
Well, I'm going to ask him. Well, I'm going to tell him. I think we're strong. I don't know about 15 vampires strong.
I understand.
that's one thing. Like we couldn't take on 15, 20 vampires all at once, unless we like bottlenecked them or something, possibly. But if we could get in there and just like take them out one or two at a time, might be able to do that.
He looks excited at this. Oh yes, this sounds like a good plan.
I know, but don't they usually like hang out all in one area?
Just when they hear that thing come down, they've all gone back up to their lair now.
Yes, when they hear the crank from above and the basket comes down, they notify, they spy out, and then they meet them in the room of pillars and try to get gold or other supplies for passage. Sometimes a fight breaks out, and sometimes the undertakers, they win, sometimes they don't.
When they don't, are they like Like they're killed, right?
I've seen
Some of them.
die. I've seen some die. Yes.
Okay,
I try
so
to
they
stay in the
can't be killed.
shadows and watch.
I'm not sure if they're even really vampires. I've never heard any vampires that drink wine.
I will say I've never seen them drink blood. Mostly wine.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just a scare tactic.
And then it's like burnt.
Yeah, so that's is back in the column room north the only way into their little area, or is it like a back way?
No, that's the only way.
Well, how
They
do
probably have it guarded.
how do you get 3 hollow mirrors?
Oh, the hollow mirrors. It's all busted. Someone came through a long time ago.
Wait, so the mirrors that aren't broken?
Broke all the mirrors except for some.
Do those ones still work?
You can see yourself in them, if that's what you mean.
Oh, I meant, do you still have magic department?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Because we've been through here before, and they are not. And they made records.
They were.
Well,
We're
that
just
might
being
have been
cautious this time.
It might have been before my time. I've only started coming up here in the last few months.
Well, I think, I agree. I'll go fight burglar, vampire people.
Oh, that's so relieving to hear.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll make some new friends with the kobold and goblin village. Maybe get some loot since they've been robbing people for a while, it sounds like. Take out some evil bad guys. Hey, that's 3 wins in my book.
Yeah.
Unless we die.
I would like to say that if we make it, you could take us to the 2nd level. You know how.
I do know how to get there.
Level 2.
Yeah, there's lots of Xanathar in the way.
Well,
Oh, fight.
let's cross those bridges till we get to them.
There are ways around. I can show you the ways through and around the camp so they don't see you. They don't ever see me anyway.
All right. First things first, though. Let's kill us some vampires.
Okay. And he breaks out he has 2 daggers. He goes, ha!
I was like, don't die, please.
Yeah. So you hang back because we need you to guide us.
And not die.
This is gonna be boring.
Yeah. Oh.
You rather have the other one?
Suddenly changed shape and size. No, that's fine. Okay.
No, I like the dots better. The dots. I like them more.
The dot you have to worry about which direction he's facing them, Joe.
Yeah, that's why I like the So Borktar, he says, this way, and he kind of runs past you.
Mirror.
All right, that's good.
You see him goes right past this mirror. Nothing seems to happen.
Cool. Let's follow. What's his name?
Borktar. Feel free to investigate these mirrors if you want to. Otherwise,
Yeah, I don't want to.
as you run by them, you go by each one, you kind of give them all kind of a sideways glance, the ones that are not broken, and you see your reflection as you pass by, but nothing pops out at you.
Does our reflection look about the same every time, just as a passing glance?
Yeah, just as you pass through, it looks like a mirror.
Right.
You're not really, there's no...
Are all the pieces of the mirror like tiny pieces?
There's some, there's different sizes, shards. None of them are like big chunks. There are lots of...
Not a big chunk, but looking something about the size of a hand.
Yeah, you can find some of those if you wanted to.
Cool. Can I get a couple of those?
All right, you stop, you bend down, you pick up, say, in this mirror here at least, there's obviously, depending on how much time you want to spend, you can find lots of shards of glass. But with a quick, like,
just a few.
Seconds, you pick up a couple.
Just a few about the size of a hand to kind of like look around corners and stuff.
Okay, so you find, say, 3 hand-sized, palm-sized shards of glass. Okay.
Keep moving right when you draw
So
them.
as you get here, Borktar, you're gonna come up this way.
And I'm saying, don't get too far ahead and start running.
He says, "Oh, this direction is safe until you go too far. But yeah, it's safe for the most part."
Okay, it was like,
And he kind of goes, safe.
okay.
Safe-ish.
And you head up here. You see
Well, he would
a
know.
passage to the east. That Borktar is kind of running right by.
Keep going next.
But as you get here, we'll go ahead and the door right there.
There's a door. What does that lead to?
Another place.
No,
You're
what?
asking Borktar?
Borktar, where does that door lead to?
He stops. Oh, it's like a weapon room, I think.
Wait, should
Hey, let's check that out.
I take their weapons?
Oh, okay. And he comes back.
I'm gonna tell them if we take their weapons, guess what? They don't have weapons.
Well, I don't know if it'd be their weapons, because why would they be way up here?
Door's unlocked. You open it up.
Open up. Slowly. Empty racks. Joey runs around like crazy.
No, I don't. What's the blood for?
Okay.
And what's the weird thing?
You do see an alcove heading to the south.
I guess you're gonna go use your wand over there.
Oh, there's a secret passage. How do I get over there? See?
Yeah, as you enter the room, Borktar, he kind of he's I'll keep watch, and he kind of comes over here, very well practiced, and he finds
Secret passage. Wow.
two peepholes through the wall here, and he kind of pulls over a box, an empty box, and kind of climbs on top of it and looks through the peepholes down into the hallway below. And he's like,
very good.
"I'll let you know if someone's coming."
I'm going
All right.
to start
Hold
taking
on.
weapons.
In this room, before you start willy-nilly, you find empty wooden stands, armor stands, weapon stands, except in the middle of the room, you find a wooden armor stand with a faintly glowing longsword stabbed into it. And on the ground in front of it is a skeletal hand. And you can see like the blood stains from the hand in front of it on the ground.
I'm going to use Mage Hand and pick up the sword. Mage Hand.
Mage hand?
Mage Hand.
Okay, so your spectral hand kind of emits from your hand, reaches over, grasps the long sword, and attempts to pull it out of the wooden block because it's like literally stabbed into it, and it can't quite get the amount of weight pressure it needs to unstick it from the wood.
Renaer, is there a trap here?
Renaer looks at this and says, "Frankly, if something like this is left alone, I'm kind of inclined to do the same."
Yeah, but kind of what I was thinking.
Try to get it out?
You walk up to it and get it out?
No, I'm saying, would you try to get it out?
Renaer says no, he wouldn't.
How do you make your Mage Hand stronger?
He can't. It's not for doing heavy things.
you lift mage weights.
So can I blast the block? Can I like destroy the block?
Sure. We want to do is destroy the block.
There's one.
Can I cast Identify on the sword?
Yeah. Now is that a touch? Let me see here.
I just asked if I could. I didn't say I did.
Do 9
But
damage.
yes, it's a touch spell.
All right. So you reach out and press your finger to the hilt of the sword and cast Identify. Is that correct?
Pinky finger. Somewhere off.
Your pinky. And the sword appears to emit light in a 10-foot radius. It has a magical property to do that.
Well,
Interesting.
I'm gonna keep trying to break the block by shooting it with cold damage. 9.
Okay, you doesn't have to roll for attack. What's your
Okay.
damage?
9, 20.
Okay, so Draken, you get right next to it and you go, and the wooden hand just kind of shatters, and the wooden sword. I'm sorry, not wooden sword. The long sword falls to the ground, clatters to the ground.
No, so long sword. You touched it already.
Now you can pick it up with your mage hand.
Yeah, Mage hand picks it up now.
All right, so your spectral hand picks up the sword and it lifts it up in the air and just kind of holding it there.
Anyone want it? Renaer, you use the long sword.
Renaer says, "I have some nice short swords. I think I'm sticking with what I got. Thank you."
If you really want to keep it, put it in the bag of holding.
Okay, bag of holding.
Make sure he's got daggers.
Yeah, I'm just afraid to touch it.
All right, so George kind of opens the saddlebag up a bit and he kind of slides it right through there without touching it and closes it up.
And later on, it should tell us what it is, right?
Oh yeah, I should have identified.
He did identify.
Oh,
It'll tell us like the name of it.
is it cursed?
It emits a light in a 10-foot radius.
Okay, well, that's
You said that was a magical property of it.
It is a
You
magical
didn't
property.
say that was all it can do.
It has a magical property to emit light in a 10-foot radius.
Yes, it has a magical property. I'm sure it does have a magical property to emit light.
Oh,
It also has a magical property to curse you and to cut off your own hand.
but what's his name? Vera? Sangkok?
Thank God. Borktar.
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 Borktar, we're ready to go.
Okay, boss. He comes back.
We got this magic sword.
We're not boss.
Good for you.
We're friends.
Okay, good friend. He runs past.
I'm gonna start following him.
Meepo is a little more charismatic than us. All right,
All right,
I miss Meepo.
you guys head north.
Well, you did a new version of me stuff. Pretty much.
I like Meepo better.
You find a hallway that extends.
Meepo was more impressed with us.
This guy has seen some stuff, you can imagine.
Yeah. Meepo wasn't jaded.
So Borktar, he gets to this crossroads and he kind of goes, "Oh, we're going to go east.
East? Why?
Undertakers are to the east.
Ah, okay.
Unless you want
To the west.
East.
What is west?
Oh, there's Grix. Don't want to mess with those.
What are grips?
Greeks?
Grix.
What are grips?
I'm sorry, not Grix. Grells. Grells.
What are grells?
Oh, yeah. Definitely don't want to be in the darkness with us.
Yeah, Grells. Bad creatures. They hang out that way. They almost got me once.
It's not Growl.
I got away.
Yeah.
All
East.
right, let's go east then.
East sounds safer and it's where vampires are. Well, vampire-ish people are.
Right, heading east.
I don't even know, maybe they're humans and they put vampire fangs on themselves. Man. This seems so much like a joke.
What?
This seems so much like a joke. Like the burglar joke. I'm a vampire. No, you're not.
This tunnel seems to go quite far.
Wow. I think they're. Woo!
There it is.
Crossroads.
You find
The door!
the road splits north and south, and a door to the north. The passage continues to the east.
To the door?
At this point, around, we'll say, oops,
To the door?
hold on. So around here, so Borktar comes to a stop, and he goes, getting close.
Melannor has a ability and he can pass without a trace at will
Cast pass without a trace.
on everyone.
Okay.
He is safe.
So pass without a trace from his staff.
Doesn't take any
Doesn't
spells.
take any charges or anything. All right, so you guys get plus 10 to all stealth rolls. So everybody do a stealth check for me.
And add 10.
Add 10.
31. Now I can do the 31.
21.
Renaer got a 29.
Really?
Melannor got a 21.
I got better than him.
Yeah, he rolled low.
Of course he did.
Happens sometimes.
Okay. So as you get here, Orktar kind of leans around the corner and says, he kind of points to the door and goes,
All right.
I did my stuff in power like.
To the door. Is it locked?
George, you come up to the door.
Gallon of wine for nothing.
Let's see, the door is locked.
All right. Renaer?
Okay, he nods, comes up. Okay. He unlocks the door. And then he steps back.
Before we go in, I want to try to look through the keyhole to see if I can see where anybody is before just open the door. Make sure it's not like somebody leaning up against the door or something.
You peek through the keyhole. Roll a perception check for me.
Oh, that's small. I'm a little.
11.
Okay. Let's say you can see in this area here.
No one. Okay.
Does not appear to be anybody there.
No, open the door.
In your dark vision,
All right.
you can go 30 feet out.
Slowly open the door.
I'll extend it out a little bit. Real quick. Door slowly opens, and with your stealth being pretty high based on the pass without a trace and everything, nobody within seems to notice.
Now I can see everything. What are vampires?
I have them on a different layer, so it's not just revealed constantly. Next.
Okay.
And who's that?
Now, before
I think I believe in that. Those are like vampire spawns.
we open the door all the way, once I, can tell there's someone there, I want to take one of those mirrors that I grabbed and see if I can see them in the mirror.
Okay. So first of all, as you creak open the door and peer in, you can immediately see these two female vampires drinking wine and kind of chatting with each other.
Are they actually vampires?
They're drinking. You can't. They're too far away. They're speaking too softly to really tell much about what they're saying. You do see this kind of big statue off to the side there, and you reach out. You bring out your little shard of mirror and angle it and look. You can see them just fine.
Now, I don't know if how much is common knowledge about vampires in this world?
The common knowledge of vampires is pretty much like it is in our real world. As far as they can't be seen in mirrors. They can turn into bats. They can turn into mist. They can have to be staked.
So these aren't vampires.
And assuming those stories are true, it does not appear to be.
I wanna reach out and call. No, I'm not.
All right. Let's think here. So there's 4 that we can see. Now, I'm of the type of person to just charge in.
Well, I'm making an elemental. So go ahead. I summon an elemental before we go in, so it doesn't count my action. I cast summon an
Hold
elemental.
on. Stone of good luck.
Before we start killing everything, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break.
I wasn't trying to. I was like, and I'm gonna yell out, "So you're a vampire?"
Okay. And bonus action, going to actually disengage and hop back over here. Well, no, he probably can't move, can he?
He can't move anymore. That was 30 feet.
No, he's got 40 feet speed.
Oh, 40, that's
He
right.
can move 10 more.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next to act is Melannor. No, I'm sorry, Draken. Draken, you're next.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to go in here. You can press chromatic orb. First level spell.
At who? That one? Okay.
And I'm doing lightning damage.
How much to hit?
20,
20 hits. How much damage?
19.
19 damage.
Sounds like the menu of the X-Men Blu-ray or something.
Rush into the room, spin around, cast your chromatic orb at this vampire. Lightning strikes, and they are as they scream and crumple to the ground.
I thought vampires are supposed to be big. Oh, she's big. But it's awesome. The other one.
Okay.
20 minutes.
Yes.
And 7.
7 damage to this one. And as she sees her friend just crumple down, she drops her wine goblet to the floor and lets out a scream before it cuts off as she freezes in place. But then the ice kind of cracks off of her and she just starts to pant as she takes the damage and loses 10 feet of movement.
Surrender in the name of the law.
Move anymore? You've gone 15 so far.
Move out of the way for other people to come in.
There. Elemental's turn.
Storm through there.
How far can it go? You're a little bit out of range.
Reach 5 feet.
This guy is technically 10 feet away.
No.
Okay. So is that your turn? All right, Borknar is going to go. Kind of rushes up here, kind of keeping himself pressed against the wall with his short sword and a dagger out. Kind of stands up here next to Renaer and rogue buddies. And his back to the wall, kind of assessing the situation.
Well, now they're just in my way.
Next is going to be Melannor's turn.
Okay, he's still tough. He's gotta get over it. Okay, now he is. Okay, I don't have to do. Okay, so have different plays as vampire lady.
30 feet range? Okay, that works.
Yeah, dexterity things are.
But somebody else is fighting a lot, it sounds like.
She fails her dexterity save.
Really? 6 damage. It's a 1, a 2, and a 3.
6 damage as fire rains down around her. She kind of like covers her head and face as her clothes start to catch. Moonbeam. Okay, where? Alright, so Moonbeam gets cast. Cuts through. And what's the DC again?
Constitution DC 15. It was really low again.
She did.
11 rating a day.
Wow.
See that?
She goes down. Okay, next act then is going to be George.
Oh, all right, let's see what I can even do. All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can get to there.
Okay. You rush up to this guy.
All right. And I'm going to swing. And I am going to roll a 24. All right. 11 points of damage.
All right, with that, after the shot from Renaer, this guy cannot take any more.
Oh, he's dead?
Crumples to the ground as the hammer comes down, slams him into the ground, his skull cracking slightly as he hits. That is the end of the round. Unless you have other actions.
Huh? Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
I probably can't like pull out a javelin or anything, can I? Nah, he's too close to me. I guess that's it.
You get multiple attacks, right?
Yeah, but he's too far away.
I don't mind saying there's a good bonus to chuck out a javelin.
Well, he's too close for a javelin.
It would be a disadvantage shot, yeah.
It's disadvantage to throw a javelin at him from 10 feet.
It's hard to do that.
All right, well, it's better than nothing. Yeah, I'll chunk a javelin at the guy.
Okay.
With disadvantage?
Yep.
13 or 19? So 13.
13 hits.
Oh, really? Sweet.
Yep.
I was not expecting that. 9 points of damage.
All right.
Skewered from 10 feet away with a javelin.
You reach across, whip out a javelin, and you just kind of fling it overhand, and you just kind of like throwing a knife.
I'm gonna say, so you aren't a vampire.
How many times are you going to say that?
Until the answer.
Until what?
Until the answer.
They're all dying. He's got other things to think about than to answer your quit.
That's the top of the round. Surprise round is over.
Oh, no, surprise!
Surprise round over, and 3 of them are dead already, and 1's injured.
Yep. The injured one pulls out the javelin like that, and he whips out his scimitar and takes a step towards you, George, as he calls out,
Bring it.
"Intruders!" And he makes a swing. Like 19 to hit.
19 hits.
He hit you for max damage, 7 slashing damage. As he steps up and whips across with his sword, you manage to be too slow on the shield, and it comes right over the shield, slicing you across the collarbone area, right below the neck, almost catching the jugular, but luckily you missed.
I look up at him and grin. My turn's coming.
He doesn't look happy. He has a worried look on his face. All right, this guy gets here. The reinforcements are coming. It is now Renaer's turn.
All right. So Renaer going to run 5, 10, 15 over here and flank him.
Okay.
All right.
Flanking
And
with advantage.
flanking with advantage, I'm going to sneak attack.
All right.
And I roll a 12.
Barely hits.
I can't believe that hit. Renaer is bad luck. All right.
Just me, see? With a
All right, so that's
hit, you got a 12.
yeah, 10 points of damage before the sneak attack.
Well, that's all it takes. This guy
All
already
right, so
heavily
I'll
injured.
cancel sneak attack then.
Yeah, already heavily injured. He crumples down, joining his buddy right there on the ground next to him. His scimitar sword clattering to the ground.
I'm gonna say to the vampire, well, dude right there. You're next. Because I killed him.
All right. Does Renaer want to do anything else?
All right. He is going to. Yeah, he's going to. Let's see, that was 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to run over here and like hide.
Okay.
So he can like get another sneak attack in. Like,
Do a stealth check for me with +10.
uh, 31.
Yeah, no problem.
Wait, no. No, well, hold on. 41.
41. He's like he never existed.
that was the 31 was before the +10.
Yeah. All right.
He disappears.
Next turn. Okay.
If the 17 to hit,
17 hits.
13 damage.
13 damage. You unleash another electricity, lightning, chromatic orb, blasting this guy. And this guy, though,
A bit more tough.
he seems to take it a bit better than these last few have.
Okay.
A little bit thicker.
He's a bit bigger, you notice now. He's got a bit more muscles to him.
I'm going to see the very top. Hey. Oh man, oh, 11. I don't think it hit.
11 plus 9.
I got a really weak fucking.
Right. 11 does miss. The ray of frost strikes the wall behind him as he cuts. Your lightning elemental's turn is now next.
And then it's metal person. Like a
No, it's Borktar there.
Oh, well, elemental, not 40 feet. This is you get him done, you're hoping to do it.
So this swirling ball, like blur of electricity and seems like wind and lightning, just kind of rushes past George and Draken over the bodies of the slain vampires and trumbles through the hallway toward this new vampire in the hall.
He's going to 16 to hit.
That hits.
Thank you. 9.
9 damage with his first strike. He does more than one, right?
Yeah, that's 2.
So lightning claws across
He
his.
rolls a 9.
He rolls a 9 to hit. The second hit after first being surprised by this lightning creature rushing toward him and getting shocked in the process. He manages to break away from the surprise and shock of it all to again kind of bring up his shield, flashing away as lightning kind of tendrils clash against the metal and dissipate.
Well, I want to say, it's like, I'm not to. I'm level 1.
All right. Borktar's turn. Borktar is like, "You are mighty warriors I found." He goes skirt around the hall here until he peeks around to see what's going on. And he is going to reach into his bag, pull out this rusty dagger. Not the one he was holding before, but just a rusty looking nasty dagger made out of a shard of metal, and throw it.
He's like, I don't need this one.
Roll a 25 to hit. No. And he does 4 damage with his little dagger, and the vampire goes, "Ah!" As this rusty dagger comes and strikes
Like
him.
it's just, doesn't make disease. There is for being disease. Rescue all the stuff.
All right, that's his turn. Next, it is the vampire. So, the vampires with this lightning creature up at his grill. He's going to try to dispatch this thing as he uses a multi-attack with his weapon. He breaks out. He has like this two-handed maul in his hand. First hit, 21 to hit the elemental. He rolls a 1 and manages to do 5 points of damage to the elemental with his first hit.
Oh, watch out.
Second roll.
So both of them is one name.
Yeah. No, he did 5 damage. Second roll was a 10 to hit.
That
Okay. All right, with that, he hurts this way. We let room for others to come in.
How courteous of him.
This one rushes through. Also attempting with a short sword. She draws out against this elemental. First one is a 15 to hit.
Oh, that 25 or 15.
15 misses.
Like right below.
All right, second strike is a 12 to hit. Just passing through this, just electricity, not catching hold with the two attacks.
I'm surprised of elementals, like if someone attacks them with a metal weapon, they don't take damage.
Yeah.
Dude, it's lightning.
I'm just surprised.
Okay, well, I read 40 actions you can move when you're going to move it onto the Oh, vampire girl. So hard that she
60 feet you can move.
But that's not
So what's the yellow dot?
That's the moonbeam.
Oh, that's the moonbeam. Yeah.
Energy, this bolt of energy kind of passes through, avoiding damaging any allies it passes through, and strikes the female vampire. So DC is how much? 13. She rolled a natural 1.
that's
17 damage. Moonbeam is
close. No. No, he's only shooting 10. He's got a little high.
he is crumpled as the beam of energy just strikes down. Almost pummels her into mush.
So he can like they shoot on him.
Go there.
Like right in between us.
Right here. You can say he can shoot past. What's he doing?
Contribution, say. Wait, no, he's going to use 20.
Okay.
13 to hit, man.
13 to hit is a miss.
Roll a 6.
Okay. The flame kind of erupts from his hand, passes over George, and kind of strikes the elemental, but doesn't really do anything to it, and just mixed up in all the elemental mix happening here.
All right. I am going to rush up. And swing away. Swing for the stars. How's this guy looking right now, anyway?
Oh, he's bloodied. He's still in it though.
All right.
Settle down now.
All right. That's a 24 to hit.
It definitely hits. Bring up the hammer.
Bring in the hammer. And that is 10 points of damage.
10 points. Right. Bam! Hammer comes down, hits him like square in the chest. You hear like this kind of as the sternum kind of cracks and kind of knocks the breath out of him.
All right.
I say it again. Surrender in the name of the law.
There's no law down here. We don't have jurisdiction. Anyway, second.
Police
You
badge.
can't press to say anything. It's not your turn.
No.
All right. 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
11 points of damage that time.
All right, now his look on his face is a little bit more worried, and as he takes that strike across the face, you see the teeth were flying, blood splurts from his nose. He starts to be a bit haggard.
All right, and I am going to, as my bonus action, slam him, push him with my shield into the wall.
All right. So before we've done that, it's going to be like a strength check, right?
Well, charts.
No, that was a different shield. I don't have that. I don't have that shield anymore. I think it was just a strength check.
It's a strength against strength.
Yeah. Is it a strength check or a strength save?
Just a check. You add your modifier.
Yeah.
You add your modifier.
18.
Yeah, you definitely, bam, smack him. He can't withstand against the force. He takes another 3 damage.
That, you almost did.
That's my turn.
Slams against the wall. That's the end of the round. You hear noise coming from behind these guys.
Will vampire die when I'm taken down?
As this door up here swings open. All right, this guy in the back kind of pushes forward past all his buddies here, just about there. And he is going to cast a spell.
Who?
He points at George. George, I need you.
No, what?
Well,
Magic vampire.
George, I need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 12.
12 fails. As you feel this kind of this grin that you already kind of had from the frenzy of battle kind of gets bigger, and the smile kind of becomes a little bit crazy, and you start to giggle. You start to laugh. You start laughing uncontrollably, falling prone to the ground, just laughing your head off. Just, oh, it's so funny. Everything is just so funny.
Is he gonna stop?
And you become incapacitated from the laughter, just racking your system. It's just like, it's obvious you don't want to laugh. You can't help but laugh as Tasha's hideous laughter takes hold of you.
Cautious?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You just had to get in the book.
That spell's been in the game just before.
I know. I've seen it before.
How do you break down?
At the end of your turn, you get a save.
Well, on his turn.
Okay, that was its turn. Next is Renaer. Renaer's turn up here.
Yeah. He can't really get it. Well, I guess with George prone. 10, 15, 25, 30. Could he like stand like over George?
I'd call it difficult terrain. Actually,
Well, he's
you
fine
can't-
in difficult
You can't
terrain.
end your turn in the same space as an ally or another character. You can pass through it but not stay there, not in there.
What if I move after I attack?
Okay. We'll say it counts as difficult terrain to step over you and attack. So that's going to be 2 spaces of movement to get in. That's fine.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So you can step back basically with this last 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Your steps kind of try not to hit you or stand on you or kick George as he rushes in with his blades.
All right. And he is going to do 28 for the first hit. 2 hits, not damage.
28 to hit. That hits?
Yes. 8 points of damage.
That's all it takes for this guy. He was already on death's door as it was. And he breathes his last as the air escapes his lungs as the knife penetrates.
All right, and in that case, you'll back up over here.
This way, if you wanted to.
No, we'll back up.
Okay.
It seems like my turn.
It is, unless Renaer's got something else, it is Draken's turn. All right, 30 feet of movement gets you all the way up there. Tidal wave.
It can go 120 feet, so it's straight to Coffin up. Off the
All right, I'll say that word. Use your spell slot.
okay.
Dexterity saving throws. All right, this guy. It was too much for him. The wall of water busts through, kind of water just funnels into his throat and mouth. He can't breathe and just chokes him. And the water kind of dissipates to the side.
My answer to that spellcaster poison spray.
Okay. Made an 8.
Oh wow, take 2 rolls for 13 points of damage. 2
Just burst a cloud of poisonous gas right into his face. Which I believe you may double check this. This is a concentration spell. Cautious hideous laughter is, but he needs to make a roll to maintain concentration.
You're unlapped.
Hold on.
Unlapped.
Assuming he makes his roll. He passes the first smoking tidal wave. From the poison spray, he fails.
Yes.
The cautious, hideous laughter. You finally you catch your breath as you stop this crazy laughter you were doing. And the spell fades from you.
Yay.
All right, lightning elemental's turn.
The elemental's gonna go up to him. He's trying to slam him in the face at least. 11.
11 fails. Misses.
That's kind of obvious. 8. I rolled horribly. I did
So
nothing.
2 lightning arms, kind of tendrils fly out. And he just either it does nothing to him, like his leather and shield just kind of block it, or it misses completely.
Everyone.
All right, Borktar.
Can you walk through Moonbeam?
He did.
Yeah, so you can? Without taking
Yeah,
damage?
you can choose who this affects as the spellcaster.
Oh, I didn't know that. We're already here. But try to take a training.
Borktar is just kind of hanging back. He doesn't really have anything ranged other than those knives, and he's already thrown it. He pulls a knife out of the guy he threw it into, and with all the people kind of in the way of his range,
Like,
he's not going to take the chance of accidentally hitting one of his allies. He's going to hold off, hold his action until he feels like he has a safe throw, and he will take it. All right, next to act is Melannor.
yes. Is going to move then. Here. Welcome to this. Okay.
Move your moonbeam, I assume.
Yes, move moonbeam on spellcast.
All right, he rolled. What was this? What was it again? Sorry.
14.
He rolled a natural 19. No.
Yeah, anything.
All right, so he kind of sidesteps the beam as it comes down toward it.
Then produce flame. Roll a 10, man.
Misses.
That one's like Renaer.
Flame kind of arcs over everything and hits the wall behind him.
No one's like Renaer, just looking up to you. Pretty good. Plus 2. My elemental is better than that.
Okay. At this point, it is George's turn. George,
All right. So it takes me half my movement to get up.
Yep, that's right.
All right. So I am going to walk 5, 10, 15, pushing past my comrades as I look at this guy not smiling anymore.
All right.
And I roll, I'm still in here, a 24 to hit.
That definitely hit. Roll your damage.
9 points of damage.
All right, just bring up your hammer. Bam! Smashes against his shield. His shield kind of cocks himself in the face with it. As his nose starts bleeding.
Oh,
Still standing, huh?
Still standing.
Swing again. And this time I'm going to do a divine spike.
Okay.
That's a 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
All right. Ooh, that's 12 damage first.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's all you needed. So you can save.
Oh, I'll save the spell slot then.
Yeah, save the spell slot if you can. As overhead swing, and he's like, wait.
Now that's funny.
All right, at this point, seeing all his buddies being destroyed, this last vampire goes, wait.
Vampire.
I surrender. Let's go over his buddy. All right, it is top of the round, and it's going to be this guy's turn. And he's holding his hands up, weapon thrown on the ground in surrender.
Are there any more of you?
He says, a few to the north. But I'm the leader, though. I surrender. I surrender.
By the ruse, they're not vampires.
Is that obvious?
Oh, now it is.
Hmm?
Is it that obvious?
Yeah.
You can see through the glass, and those vampires take a bunch of time to kill.
Vampires don't usually drop like flies like your crew does.
Well, usually people are too scared to try. When they
Yeah, I
see-
just wasn't bothered before.
when they see a harem of vampires coming at them, they tend to not try anything. He kind of looks around at his fallen comrades.
Well,
How many have you killed in your lust for greed?
There's been a few skirmishes. People decide to not to take us up on our offer, and a fight breaks out. There's usually the numbers in our favor.
The numbers were in your favor this time, and look how it happened.
Well, I will admit you are a bit more formidable a foe than we're used to going against. Most of the adventurers that come down from the yawning portal are a bunch of wannabes and has-beens. Easily manipulated and bribed.
We were chosen.
by Hallmaster.
Hallmaster?
And
Alistair.
Halford. Person you made this place? We were chosen by him for his game.
The vampire
All
guy
right.
looks at you and like squints his eyes confused. I don't know what that means.
And hey, person who built this. We're supposed to be here, okay?
All right. So I walk up to him.
Okay. The moonbeam, I assume, is the
Yeah,
spell.
moving.
You walk up to him. And he kind of stands up straight as you come. And again, his hand's still raised. And he says, I am Uktarl. I'm the leader of the Undertakers. Or what's left of us now.
I would like you guys to stop attacking the goblins and kobolds in the second layer.
We don't
I'd
go
like you
for-
guys to stop attacking everybody.
Anyway,
Listen, you have to understand, we have to make a living somehow.
get
This
into
is not a living.
What do you suggest?
You're not going to live much longer if you continue.
All right. I get it. Why don't you roll intimidation?
I think I get advantage on that. No, I get proficiency on that. 20, not natural.
All right, this door is open, so you can kind of see in here. This door is also open. See that?
I'll tell you what. What's your name again?
Uktarl.
Uktarl. I'll tell you what, Uktarl. I'll leave it in the hands of Morktar to decide what to do with you.
Morktar.
This is his tribe that you've been attacking.
So there's no confusion here. The Undertakers have only been attacking the adventurers who passed through. They did attack Morktar when they saw him, but he got away.
Yeah, so they attacked him.
Yeah, but they haven't been attacking the second level or anything.
Gotcha.
They've been
Well,
staying-
since you attacked Morktar, I'll let him decide what to do with you.
Morktar kind of strides up and he goes, for the safety of my people, and he takes his dagger and jams it into right under the throat.
Can you kill him?
And the blood coming out, and he slowly bleeds out the vampire. As Uktarl, unless you want to stop him, as Uktarl crumples under the blade of the kobold. The kobold, I meant to say. And the kobold, he's small, but he's not strong enough to hold his weight, and so he just kind of crumples down to the ground with him. He pulls out his blade, slashing across, finishing what life it had left.
Wait, what about the rest of the people? On the north? Do we need to go get
Well,
search bodies! Loot! I'm looting.
There's lots of bodies here. There's also rooms you can look through as well and find whatever.
all right. But we still got a few more to take out, huh?
Yeah.
They haven't seemed to be, you don't hear anything. They must be further away enough that the sounds of battle have not alerted them.
I wish we could go in that bedroom. See if we got any.
Right in here, you do find what amounts to a bedroom. There are a bunch of bedrolls. You find a couple lanterns that are used for light, but not much else. No chest or anything.
Okay. Come back out, search for bodies.
Okay, on the bodies of all these vampires, you do notice that a couple of them were actually doppelgangers.
Oh, the harder ones were?
Yeah. The doppelgangers, as you see, you notice Borktar, the kobold, he bends down and he kind of wrenches off the head of one of the doppelgangers.
What are you doing?
He goes, doppelganger skull, very valuable.
What does it do?
Money. Kind of holds it up as if it's kind of bleeding down his arm and stuff. And he takes out from his pack a little vial, an empty glass vial, and starts dripping the doppelganger blood into it.
What does that do? I'm asking because I got a bunch of enemy vials. It's supposed to do something.
All right, he kind of drips it into the vial, and again he says, this is very valuable. The market will very much like to have these in stock.
Oh,
And he
what
says,
does it do?
I'm about to answer the question.
Okay.
He says a vial of shapeshifter blood can be used as an additional component when casting spells that alter a creature's body, like polymorph, for example, and it will extend the duration of that kind of spell.
So I don't need. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get something money quick. I get a couple of
And
vials.
the doppelganger skull, Boktar continues to say, you know, if you clean off the stuff, and he starts like talking about the skin and everything, but the skull by itself, if you were to attune to the skull, you can read the thoughts of creatures around you.
I think I might keep that in mind. I'm gonna take the other one.
So Draken comes over to the other doppelganger,
I gotta.
and you're gonna cut the head off of the
Yeah.
doppelganger.
Cold style. Cold style, you know that.
Okay.
Get a couple vials of doppelganger. Cool. I press the intention to just make it clean. Clean.
Well, it's clean. That doesn't mean it's no heavy skin or anything.
I did.
All right, I'll add a doppelganger skull to your inventory. You're getting vials of blood too.
You have like 20 things that require attunement now.
So, how do I find the human?
All right, you have 2 vials of shapeshifter blood. These potentially could be sold
Yeah.
or used. Melannor has polymorph. Okay. You also find, if you're searching all the bodies,
They're unspeakable.
you do find a bit of gold and valuables in coin purses spread throughout all, especially Uktarl. You imagine they've been holding ransom this area of Undermountain for a long time. And you find 400 dragons, 1,000 nibs of copper.
So we've gotten everything from the bodies. I want to pick up Tarl.
Okay.
Oh, you can make the line thick.
He doesn't have a head anymore.
Oh, wait.
Tarl doesn't have a head? Is he a doppelganger?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was one of the doppelgangers.
Um,
All right, well, then I ask Morgtar if I could borrow that head for a little bit.
Oktar goes, okay, you've been very helpful so far. And he hands it to you.
I'll give it back. We just want to show the other people here that their leader's dead.
Ah, yes. Intimidation tactic. Very good.
Exactly.
I have one already.
All right, Boktar starts to walk up this way.
I'm gonna start following him with my skull on him.
He opens the door. You can't attune to that skull right now.
I'm not fitting to it. I just have it. I have it and showing it to them.
Right, he opens up into a chamber, much more lavishly decorated.
I'm going to investigate for goods.
A bathtub?
That is a bathtub.
I'm going to investigate for goods.
All right, y'all walking in here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Item with my skull.
The elemental's just kind of hanging out.
Yeah. He lasts for 8 hours.
All right, you come in here, you find a table with some like a card game kind of halfway in progress. You obviously it was interrupted. On the table, you find in little stacks all around the table 85 more dragons.
Oh, you can have it.
91 shards and a silver ring. While you're in here, why don't you go ahead and make a perception check?
And a silver ring?
A silver ring. And this appears to be where Uktar was calling his room. There's like a bed inside the tub. He was like treating it almost like a coffin, like a vampire and so on. On the wall above him, there's this large stone fresco. The fresco is like a carving of like a mountain and dwarves everywhere, like a large
like a mural
carved into the wall.
I'm gonna look at it. Feel around, secret door. Obviously.
Where you did a perception check there?
And 12.
Okay.
One more than my passive.
You don't really see anything of anything unusual.
Oh, what I made a perception of 16.
Okay, George, you notice that there's these little carved figures of dwarves in the mountain and so on, but one of them appears to be separated from the rest of them. Like instead of it being carved into the wall, this one seems to be a separate piece kind of plugged into the wall.
Try to pull it out.
You pull it out and you see that underneath the little figurine of a dwarf, there appears to be the shape of a key.
Key.
He's found
Okay, where's the key? We got a key. Where's the lock?
There's no indication.
All right, so let's look.
There's no indication that Uktar necessarily knew there's a key there. He just had a decoration in his room. That key appears to be old.
All right.
Been there for a long time.
So let's take a look at this fresco thing and see if we see like a keyhole real quick.
Oh yeah, sometimes like in movies I see like on framings there's keyholes.
Mhm.
So like in the picture there's like, oh that's not a cave, that's a keyhole.
So looking around, you spend a few minutes kind of scrutinizing it, and there's no keyhole here. It appears to go to something else.
Oh like here's a key now.
Interesting.
Find a locked secret door, guess where it leads.
Let's pocket that then.
Wait.
Come around back to that later. All right, let's check the door out.
Well, I might. I'm gonna open it.
Well, there's still people around. Somewhere. I think.
The way out.
Yeah, the passage seems to go down 60 feet or so and turn south.
So, I think we should go up
There's
north.
also a passage here. Turns south.
What's that?
Ooh, I wanna go.
George goes to investigate. You see a stack of plates against this wall.
Nice plates.
No,
Jeremy.
it's just a big stack of plates. Ceramic.
Like, does it look like a pile, like it's covering up something?
It looks like they're kind of stacked up in front of the wall here. And because of the plates being a pretty big clue, you do see the seam of what appears to be a secret door here.
Huh.
And it's almost these plates are stacked up as a warning mechanism that if the door was open, these plates would all come shattering to the ground.
Interesting. So I'm going to move the plates carefully,
I'll do Mason.
just away,
Okay, pretty easy.
and cut.
Here are the plates. You find the seam for the door.
Oh, I'm over here now.
Okay.
Pry it open.
You find it leads to what appears to have been from the other side of this door anyway. It looks like a closet, a little alcove. And there's nothing in here, but so you would imagine someone opening this door from the other side, finding this little alcove with nothing and moving on. But they also could have found the secret door and it would have alerted them with these stacks of plates.
Neat. So what is through that door?
Yeah.
Oh, just like a little hallway area?
Kind of connects where you were coming earlier.
Ah. Okay. Where are these people?
You're north. Remember? Remember up there.
This obviously connects.
Oh, okay.
You go up there. There's a little passage.
There's
All right, let's go up.
leading that way.
All right. Well, that was interesting.
Wait, what are the nobles?
That's kind of a pointless little passage there, but okay. Like,
Oh, I kind of missed that one, I guess, but I have taken out a lot of pointless passages.
oh,
I'm trying to make this not
all right.
so
Wait,
of a cumbersome thing.
well, I'm gonna check the statue.
Okay. There's 3 6-foot-tall statues, all depicting human males, wearing clothing nobility and armor and such. The names beneath them are these really old names like Elindrian and Rothrindar and Omthalas or whatever. But these names have all been crossed out, and goblin names have been added over them with like chalk. And does anybody speak Goblin?
No.
Borktar
Wait.
does.
Wait,
Borktar does,
and I speak.
and I speak Orc.
Read it.
Yeah, Borktar, he kind of chuckles.
And I read it.
And he says, this one says smelly bottom. That one says stupid skull. And then this one says born toothless. So whatever goblins have come through and renamed these. And next to the one in the middle, you do see what appears to be a broken staff.
I'm gonna look at it. 'Cause
All right, you look at it. It's a kind of a white alabaster looking staff that's broken in half. You can do an arcana check. It's a staff of some kind that's broken.
End it.
Yeah, I'm gonna mend the staff.
You cast mending. You have that spell?
Yeah, mending.
Okay. So you kind of put the 2 halves together and cast mending. And as you do, the staff kind of glows this white light, and the staff itself emits a sound and starts yelling, "Help! thief! Help!
What?
Help! Thief!
What?
The staff kind of like shakes in your hand as it yells out really loud, help!
What's wrong?
Help!
What's wrong?
Thief!
What's wrong?
And then it goes silent.
What's wrong? You were broken and I found you on the floor and I fixed you. What's wrong?
It doesn't respond. You can get the picture of why maybe it was broken to begin with.
I'll talk to you later, I guess. I put it on my staff tower. Talk if you want. Found you on the floor, so I
All right.
guess it's no owner.
There's a lot of random stuff like that in this dungeon.
Wait, does the staff do anything?
Nope, that was it. It calls out an alarm whenever it's mended and goes dormant.
So it says it's like
It has to be mended. That's funny.
It literally says in the book, if this staff is repaired with mending, it yells out, help thief, and then goes dormant.
I'm like, this is weird. Break it again.
All right, you toss it back on the floor.
No one else can have random stuff of that. Let's go.
Okay, we call it quits.
I pick the staff pieces back up, put in the bag of holding.
Okay,
Fine.
so you have a broken yelling staff.
I'll fix that.
You never know when something like that could come in handy.
Yeah, good.
All
All
right,
right, so let's go north.
you can keep going, or should we call it quits for the night?
Only a couple vampires.
Well, I mainly want to go find all those other people, hold up the head of their leader, and say, "I'm the leader now."
Yeah, that sounds fun. I had one too.
You don't have the leader head though. You don't have the head of the leader.
Doesn't matter whose head it is. Still looks the same.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it
If
does.
they know their leader is dead,
Well, yeah,
they should surrender.
Do you know
Okay,
that both of
let's
them
not
are
argue
dead?
over who gets to be leader.
Leader.
All right, start making your way this
I'm
way.
second commander.
All right, let me look at here. Okay. So for the most part, this area seems pretty quiet.
Oh, that's why they didn't hear us.
Yeah,
Man,
it's pretty far extended. The path does eventually split to the left and continues north for quite a ways.
I feel I did. Secret passage? I'm gonna check the secret passage.
You get to
He's
hear.
gonna think every dead end is a secret passage. Just FYI.
Eventually, I'm sure he'll be right.
No, I'm
He would have been if he found that closet.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, do a perception check for me.
see, I'll go over there. Actually, one is secret can regain its power. So, one is secret.
You're going to use the Wand of Secrets right now. Okay.
They make it go faster.
You find two secret doors.
Where? Two secret doors?
One at the end of the hall and one right next to you.
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go to the one right next to you, and then we can remember the one at the end of the hall tomorrow. Well, next week. Next
Tomorrow.
time. Next time play this game.
Probably loops around, I'm sure.
What's it? I go in. I'm going in.
All right, so
Woo!
you
Wah!
with the Wand of Secrets kind of pulling you like one of those sticks that's supposed to help you find
Divining rod.
Your divining rod kind of pulls you over here and then pulls you back over here, kind of looking both ways.
There's two magic doors. That was correct.
All right,
Woo!
you push open this one.
Yeah.
Whoops, wrong one. Okay. Opens up into this chamber.
I'm going to check. I'm going to perception check. What kind of happen? Oh, they connect. See?
I told you. I said it probably loops around.
Connect these two doors. So there's even more chance of finding it. Because it's
Okay, you going in here?
Mhm.
By your own?
everybody else on the
I'm
continent.
assuming your elemental come with you.
I'm going to start searching stuff. There's rubbish.
All right, this area,
Treasure.
this from the looks of it, used to be an actual vampire lair.
Actual vampire?
As you continue exploring,
Coffin?
you find a large coffin. Old,
Is it open?
closed coffin
I think we
to
should
the
save.
south.
I think we should save this for next time we play. So
There's cobwebs everywhere.
I'm gonna search this area. They're not coffins, are they?
The other areas are old bedrolls and nothing of value.
I'm gonna say, everybody, I found a coffin, a real one. Hello?
All right. Let's open it up.
Yay!
All right, so everybody comes in.
You can do it. No, Mage's name can try, and then you can do it.
Vorktar, he goes, "Ooh, I've never been here before."
Real vampire. Real vampire. That's it. As in.
All right, I heard you. Everybody crowds around like in Buffy.
No, I'm gonna be backing up a little bit. I'm gonna be by that elemental right there.
Vorktar is not gonna. He's gonna kind of peek around the corner.
Yeah,
here.
I'm gonna be right there by the elemental. No, I'm gonna be back
Okay.
there. Like elemental.
Real quick, I'll grab a stick somewhere and sharpen it.
Sharp stick.
Okay.
Oh wait, no.
So I got my stick and then my masher.
Wait, doesn't it?
To get hurt? Yeah.
No, but like vampires. Oh no, that's world.
Okay, so there's this large cobwebbed coffin in front of you. As you go to lift the lid,
George is doing it.
George and Renaer on both sides, Melannor holding his staff at the ready, the elemental looking around, and Draken peeking behind it.
I like a fireball. A fireball ready.
They're going to kill everyone in this room with that staff.
Never mind.
Hold on, let me get my resistance to fire going.
George, you and Renaer kind of look at each other and kind of give a nod, and you heft up, open the large, heavy stone lid, slide it off with a clash to the side, and you find an empty coffin. You see within it is a thin layer of what appears to be grave dirt. And on top of that, resting upon the dirt, is a vial of holy water. So otherwise, it's just this kind of layer of dirt.
I'm gonna like go. I'm going to take Mage.
Is it dirt or is it vampire ashes?
It appears to be dirt.
So I want to get an empty vial and put some of the dirt in it.
Okay. So you got a vial of grave dirt. You do notice these little 1-inch holes bored in the side of the coffin and also in the ceiling above it.
I'm gonna try to stick that.
Well, from what you know about vampires, they are able to turn into like a mist, and they can use these little holes to travel through surfaces.
There's a vampire.
So when a vampire gets quote unquote killed, they turn into mist and travel to their coffin, and if they remain inside their coffin and rest, they can regenerate. The little hole is there to allow the mist form to enter.
All right. Not to metagame or anything, but is this place much bigger?
It's enormous.
No, I mean like this specific place.
It's pretty big. I would say it's probably a good time to call it a night.
Okay, good, because I'm very tired. I'm like, let's just find these other people.
Okay. Well, that was
Yeah.
our first session into Undermountain.